Heretics coming out looking absolutely formidable on these, and starting here on Lotus.
Listen to
as
that.
well.
You can't help but love it. I hope you guys at home can hear how riled up this audience is. Getting Heretics at home, the sixth man, all of that. I mean, Sentinels are your fan favorites every day of the week until today. This is going to be spectacular, and it will be Heretics to kick off on that attacking side. Sentinels will have to deal with what's brought to them on the defensive side.
We know as well, Heretics have had very good success rate here on the attack, 76% on their attacking side for Lotus. A slow start here, retrieve the orb. Drifting back towards the Tens and Zekken, who are set up for it. Smoke's going to go up. Paranoia's going to go through as well. This could be a clash here.
Let's see who gets the drop on him, and actually, it's going to be Heretics to draw first blood, but Tens answers back, and perfectly so! Welcome back to the international stage, Tens. We bloody missed you. But
No
still,
way!
Oh, he's still going!
What?
This man is out of this world! That's what people were waiting for. That's what they wanted, and he delivered it.
Time and time again regionally, Tens and Zekken locking down this position. And it kicks off with an ace here. So well done. Swings onto Benji, just catches him sleeping. What a way to kick things off. What a return to the international stage, Lauren.
Can't help but love it. The chosen one of Valorant back in action right off the rip. And that's a confidence builder. And for Heretics, that's going to be rough for them. That is going to take the wind out of your sails. They've got to pick themselves back up. Now this round, we've got a Ghost. We've got a Sheriff on Benji Fishy. That's about it. Beyond it, decent enough purchase here for Sen to hopefully keep him at arm's length. Now where the Heretics decide to explore next, maybe to test out that B site, good for fact-finding this round. Try and get a little bit of a read on what you're up against.
Stek looking to maybe toy with the idea. Tens, a Guardian in hand this time around. Similar hold once again, though. Heretics only having a Sheriff and a Ghost to work with. It'll be difficult for them to really pin down anybody, but able to create enough pressure and soften this hold, but he comes back through, still finds two. Miniboo luckily gets the trade.
But the plan's foiled, isn't it, right? That little push and pull, trying to get that attention towards B, which it mostly did, barring Tens, who seemed to know a little better and had that glance back towards A. Caught them on the way through. Weapon is recovered, and that's in the hands of Miniboo. The plant should be in here. Don't think that's going to be denied, no. So a 3v3. Again, weaponry, armor, still favorable towards Sen here. Benji Fishy sitting a little further back, depending on the turret a touch, trying to play in Rien's here. This is the timing that he was waiting on. Perfect play to punish. Next in line, they're coming in one by one, and Miniboo's got Celsius! This could be the turn they were waiting for. Sassy in a 1v3, brutal positions, none easy to pry out. He's just got no time. He's got to get in there. Heretics right back in their faces.
And exactly how you want to see this map kick off. A trade back and forth, a 1-1 scoreline. And the crowd get behind them after that.
They're up on the feet, I can see them there. And look at this. And I've got to say, credit where it's due after being, as said, pushed, bullied, broken almost by Tens. First round, second round.
Two openers
insane
for
damage.
Tens.
Insane damage. But that small window of opportunity, there they are. They're the ones we're talking about. And MasterCard Thrifty is going to be bringing a smile to their faces. But now they've got to keep going on this pathing. Can they keep it clean this time? No real investments here coming out from Sen. So any damage like that is pretty decent. Boo, though, large and in charge. Keeping control here. It's down to one.
Just a classic in hand for John QT. Rifles on the other side of things. John QT actually slipping onto site here. We're able to catch one off, but with Heretics grouped together, going to be very difficult with a classic to get much done in this situation, Lauren.
Very hard to isolate, isn't it? I don't think they're going to give you much. Maybe the first, but beyond that, it's hard to imagine it, but especially with just a classic. And Heretics aren't slouches when it comes to this. Yeah, they're not. Absolutely keeping it in mind. Boo with a belt up. Big round here to keep it calm, keep it controlled. 3 remain. They lose out on a few, but that's fine. They'll take that.
And already showing intention here to try and take control of this rubble area. Try and remove that from Sentinel's arsenal in the early round. See what the response is with weapons back on the board here for Sentinels. Zekken already one away from the showstopper. Do have the TP for 10s after this 7-2 start.
Wow.
And Odin in the hands of Zelsis as well. Over towards C currently.
Opening gambit. Here's the TP taken. So they'll look towards CT. Notes John QT there, but that's about it. So again,
You may be looking for an indicator there of what the setup is exactly. John QT and Zelsis will hold on to their position for the time being. Zelsis, I was going to say, got to be careful there if he does remain out in the open.
very precarious. They kind of cut noise for a second or two. Now here comes the burst. Testing the pacing. Forced away. And actually punished. Zelsis goes down. Now they've got to know there's an additional player. They should have noted John QT early, and I think you can see with HERETICS utility, they're very aware. Securing the site, getting the plant, but now can SEN try and pressure back. Second, leading the way, looking for the damage, he gets it. Thresh is dealt with. Benchy Fishy on the follow-up though. And now down to just 3. Sassy, John QT, and Tens trying to disrupt this post plant, but that angle too good with Boom. Just gonna hold it out, and I think they're running out of time and options here. Sassy gives them a moment of respite to work forward, but they're still too tucked by that pillar. Difficult, but not impossible, but John QT finds that. There's still a chance here. Boo buying time, but it's not enough. Now, Benchy Fishy is sweating bullets. He's trying, he's got one, he needs another, he's got to run. Benchy Fishy can't get there in time. Sentinels steal it from under their nose.
The blink of an eye. It looked like Sentinels were locked out of that retake, Lauren. HERETICS blindsided by 2 quick kills here, and unfortunately, Benchy Fishy locked out of the site. Takes a gamble, but John QT sticking at the defuse all the way through. What a crazy start to this map already.
They're standing.
The poison orb just splitting up the teammates here. I mean, I don't even think even there if he's full sprinter back.
Right in, hold on.
Right back to this rubble.
Yeah, Zekken straight away going to deny Boo that early presence towards rubble that you noted was a high priority. And again, it's just a brawl. They're willing to fight this out. And HERETICS somewhat
Deep Mini Boo is
the scales. And as right, look at Mini Boo. But there's still players in between. It's not a safe cross. Spamming the utility and spamming the weaponry. Benchy Fishy going to catch one. And this is just mayhem in Madrid. What is going on in this matchup? Mini Boo is secured enough. They should be able to get that plant in. Zelsis, quite far away, has been that C player. Walking into the unknown here, and 3 players to disrupt.
Bulldog in hand. HERETICS going to tuck themselves in here. You see on the X-ray what Zelsis has to stare down. Yet to get on the board either. It will require a 1v3. Taking his time with this. Might even just look for the exits, I believe, on the back side of the door.
Yep. Could try and make it costly. A couple players are starting to build up quite a bit of bank, though. You're looking at Boo, Benchy Fishy. And here comes the exit. How much value does Zelsis get? Oh, that's a mouse problem right there.
Yeah, that looked like a mouse disconnect.
Yeah, or something. We're going to have to see if there's a timeout for that one, because he was not happy with that in the cam either.
I do smell a tech.
It's either that or he needs to move that mouse pad a little further over. It literally just like stopped.
This opening is just, I mean, talk about explosive.
Yeah.
It's Zekken to find the opening here, by the way. Finds the first blood. Already, Mini Boo's all the way wrapping back from A site to backstab this setup.
And I think you highlighted it right. These 2 teams will brawl. They are willing to be explosive, risky plays. I mean, they've got the mechanics to back it up. I think we've seen that. And the other thing you're right about is Pausa Technica.
Okay.
Can you imagine what this pause would be for?
No.
No. Mystery.
Well, if we can just get a replay of Zelsis' reaction on the webcam,
it was
might
good.
give us some clues.
Well, see if producer Kevin is on our side or not. You know,
It's unfortunate. I mean, if it did fully disconnect, obviously you need to get that sorted before the next, but not in a situation that, I guess, altered the outcome of that round regardless.
And I still feel like this game hasn't settled into a flow yet, or a rhythm, you know what I mean? It's still in that very much just kind of high-octane, very pressure point plays. See the...
But a few rounds to get the crowd on their feet already.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, no surprise to see Miniboo leading in terms of numbers here.
Oh, producer Kevin's on it. I don't think the mouse was doing too well after that one. All good though, the pause has come to conclusion, so hopefully no harm, no foul, but the only thing that is really rather harmed here is the economy. Sentinels.
Yeah, suffering now.
Yeah, not going to get much for that, and this could be the knock-on effect of a string of rounds here, but I mean, hey, they've turned stranger things, you know, other rounds have gone the way it shouldn't, so, and there's always threat. I don't think anyone's ever going to say that Sentinels isn't a dangerous team no matter what, so let's just kind of keep in mind that there could be problems, but beyond that, Heretics just going to be getting the lay of the land more than anything, settle into this matchup. Some very young, inexperienced players to this level of stage, going to start feeling out the game here.
Sure, and you could almost call it a 50-50 with how the sixth man plays into that, but
yeah, true.
Especially if there are any nerves, if you have the crowd behind you making plays the way Miniboo's certainly kicked this off.
Yeah.
Definitely a positive, the ability to ride that wave. Well, Sentinel's got a bit of a stack set up here. The back of the paranoia potentially. Sassy jump spotting here. Bait the binner might even be the green light to make something happen, but paranoia thrown out.
No one could quite close the gap to that paranoia. A bit of a shame almost. That caught 3. That could have been lovely, but able to make as much as they'd want of it. But I like the attempt there, though.
I think they've noted here just how many bodies on the back of that exchange are positioned towards A site. We're going to try and find some space, and he has done that with the pass lane.
Yeah, maybe going for that plant, gets denied, and now it gets a little bit scary, right? They're flying in, but the rifle's going to do what they need to. Zelsis still keeping it close enough.
He's got another one, he's got 3!
How the hell is Zelsis still finding this? Investing the ult now, they're actually giving this one. 13 seconds, they need a plant, and look at this positioning off the back of the ult. They don't hear it, but boo! Turns in time, and now it's down to 1. I told you they could get scary no matter the buy, but bloody hell. Zelsis made a damn good go of that one.
Obviously fixed that mouse problem.
Oh, yeah.
Straight into the thick of things here on this B site execute. The Heretics able to stabilize. Again, got to feel the pinch too much in terms of the funds on the back of that. Oh, I mean, that was the one. Yeah, Patitech just gets absolutely deleted. That's Heretics now a 2-round lead. Sentinels backing with a purchase. Delta's once again on the Odin. I haven't seen any intent from Sentinels to try and contest this area towards Mound. Let's take, we'll get the pit online here.
You should run.
So with the lockdown heroes, well, they might even just force their way onto C site.
I'm looking to see if there was a lurk or something on top of this. I would quite like to see maybe some presence through B, but I mean, why not focus on the task at hand? They've got to make a quick escape here because look at Miniboo, he's on the way. 2 players are detained and Miniboo is hot on the heels.
That
he wants
stun's
to pressure this.
The stun is beautiful!
Outstanding! And so is Miniboo, and he ain't alone anymore. He's got Boo by his side. The brothers in arms, ripping apart Sen. Tense answers back, but by now the plant is in. It's 3 of them to take this back and the pit's in place.
So much damage done here. Sentinels as 3 have to fight their way back through this pit now. Plenty of utility still at disposal of Heretics as well. Considering, I'm not even sure actually if Sassy was looking like he was backing away. Certainly now with 10s falling, you have to consider the possibility, and looks like that's going to be the decision for Sentinels.
Yep, creeping away.
Poor timing there, Zekken missed that, yeah? I thought he was turning back for a second.
Same. And I wonder if they noted it, because they're committing. They absolutely saw a pixel, or at least predicted that play kind of falling back through CT. Not a surprise, but Sassy's in danger, because that economy hasn't fully recovered. Miniboo's barely breathing, but willing to try and opt himself up for the trade, which they get. Clean sweeping Sentinels there. No weapons taken over. And they might start getting a little bit worried now, because their economy is not fully recovering here. They have a couple of ults nearby. That could help them out, but it's 3 on the trot here. Heretics going to be happy with this one.
I mean, this is just so beautiful from Miniboo and Boo. Said throwing everything into the back lines on the back of the lockdown and rewarded for that aggression as well. I think Sentinel's completely caught off guard by the stuns coming through from Miniboo.
Oh, the spam. That could be a Good damage, yeah, it is. Mini Boo's still on it as well. The guy's got moves, looking like Foon out here, but he's still breathing and still fine. Settles into it.
And this was the first time we've seen Tens over towards Mound. So some intention of Sentinels addressing elsewhere, the other extremity, but Heretics, I'll be honest, winning out on both sides. The stars aligning for them this time around. And enough damage done on the way in that Zekken falls. John QT down to 15 HP. I mean, even Sassy tagged up as well.
Yeah, that spam is just so brutal to try and play against. And they got this done early. That's the scary part as well. Looking like they're trying to feign this B pressure, which is actually causing a great deal of reaction. 4 players in response to this.
I mean, that should be an open A site now.
Absolutely.
With all of this dumped into B. Sassy's not going to be able to get ahead of this either.
And they have no idea how far they've gotten. You can see the TP taken to check back site. They got what they wanted. Perfect fake play towards B. Not able to use the ult as wanted yet for Mini Boo. But the plant's in. They've really got that good. Now, ult-wise, Zellsis does have the lockdown. Sassy with a touch of kit left, Tens as well, because he was adjusted over towards that C site on Mound. But if they want this retake, they've got to get it started soon. Ten's going to post the paranoia, TP taken back towards Tree and Patatek waiting. Miniboo turns for a second, but his re-ends there. There's no threat to this. Sentinels are hitting a brick wall, and it's Heretics putting it there. Sassy again just wants to be able to get out with a gun, and once again denied. Miniboo is hunting them down. This is a whole new world for Sen to try and deal with. Heretics are the real deal here. John QT, Benji Fishy, he's right there as well. No guns taken over again. Flawless from Heretics.
They're feeling themselves. You can see as well the confidence is brimming. Nobody giving up any space on site. 2 members of Heretics tucked under rope. All the way down towards drop as well. Sentinels, unfortunately, need to try and take control of this early, the early round. Take some of this control away from Heretics, because like I said, they have control of both extremities now. They have the run of the map.
I'm surprised I didn't see a timeout, if I'm honest here, because getting a bit worried when it was kind of like 2-3 rounds on the trot with the money where it was.
But now we're seeing it, look.
Yeah. Trying to really commit towards this, but they don't have a great deal to work with. This is with Sheriffs, this is with Buckies, this is with the Spike left in their hands. So, have you ever seen a fight here with this many players?
Nope.
Right, well.
And all I'm saying is Zekken has a Bucky and he's 1 away from Showstopper. If he gets a kill down and dirty in this smoke, Ians finds 1. Going to clear it out with his ult as well, potentially here as well.
They've made a mountain out of a molehill, haven't they? They've really made them work for this one. Now the smoke drops and the problems begin. Paranoia's going to go. That Bucky doesn't get played in. Mini Boo going to feel the pressure. It's online. Here it is. The rocket comes out. Does not get what they want, but they've been doing damage. Great shot from Boo. Second on his knees. A follow-up not found. Sentinel's getting down and dirty here. They want to make this brutal, but they nabbed the spike. Patatek needs to hold the back line. He's got to be careful. They are so close by, but they backed away. Plant will be coming in now. They've got rifles, they've got all sorts now, Sentinels. What a play from them.
I mean, look at the utility though. Patatek and Benji have everything at their disposal to try and hold this down, but the lockdown's coming through from Zellsis.
Massive timing on these ults coming in. Zekkens, sure, but Bucky was the key part of that, but Zellsis now is going to force the hand of Heretics. Oh, but they go in early. Benji Fishy will get caught, so it plays in Patatek. He has to be the one. Plant not to be touched just yet. They're going to hear this, and that was a bit too far forward from Sassy. Thought they could have worked together, but Sassy's still alive. Maybe he's the one, but time is not on his side here. A tap on the spike. Vulnerable, yes. He's going to deal with the utility, but he's got to deal with the spike. He's going to be taken down here. Benji Fishy playing forward. He's got it away. The timing. It's too late, and Sentinels fall.
And a beautiful bait and switch between Benji and Patatek as well. Patatek wraps all the way through spawn. Knows that somebody's going to try and charge down. As Benji dips his toes, finds a kill ahead of that lockdown. What a recovery. What an insane round.
Hey, look, I said it was mayhem in Madrid. This is just madness in Madrid now. It's all out the window. This is something different. What a wild matchup we're getting here. Heretics bringing out all the stops. We're seeing crazy plays from Sentinels. Some very creative ideas, and it was close. That round was goddamn close, and they had a Bucky and a couple of Sheriffs. Now they go back in with rifles. Still putting a lot of attention on towards this mound control.
A string of rounds unanswered. Heretics now looking to slow things down, reading that maybe on the previous, Sentinels feel as if they need to take some of the map. Zelsis now positioned over here towards A site with his utility. 4 members of Heretics with Benji, last straggler. Walking into the blender here.
Who's he dealt with? Gonna have John QT close by. Oh, he does catch a little bit of that spam, but so does Boo on the other side. But he's got to be careful here. He does need to be holding this down as long as possible. Again, still being forced further away. Backside now. It's methodical.
He's got to get out now. With the thrash coming through. It's going to clear a ton of space for Heretics. Be able to retrieve that as well. Be a comfortable plant coming through, but a full 5v5.
Oh, that
hang
positioning!
on.
Great work from Zelsis. Stuck around long enough, he might be just walking into his death now, but the value is huge. Now they're going to get in their faces, surely. Maybe not. Oh, second nade's going to do it. And now it's just getting ridiculous. Still no plant, but Sen apply the pressure, pouring back towards the site. And that time becomes a problem for Heretics. They can't find stability here. Sentinels turning the round on its head.
Zelsis is repositioned out to drop here as well. Like I said, it should have been a safe plant. I mean, Heretics try and, I guess, capitalize on that much control and that much pressure by planting a little more open, maybe creating some more opportunities. Unfortunately, Miniboo just, it's a little lost in the sauce here with all this utility exchanging.
Nice, boys.
Catches the back end of the paint shell. Sentinels a third on the board here.
Can they string it together though, Mike? I'm still waiting with bated breath on that one. Early contact towards B. Pressure towards Mound could mean a quick crunch. And John QT just want to buy time. You can see Miniboo's ahead of it, and look at that pace. The man is absolutely wild, but TenZ has answered back, and in kind, 3 for him. Leaving Heretics in ruins. Miniboo barely alive on 16. Boo standing tall, but a tough position to be in with the spike so deep in enemy territory. And Sen shouldn't give up an inch here. Don't think there's much Boo can do about this, really quite pinned in.
Zekken will be the first. Looking for this flank here, Boo's ready for it. Just can't pin him down. 16 HP now for Miniboo. And Sentinels identifying here as an opportunity to take some control back. And with Zekken and TenZ positioned on Mound here, the backstab through the door, perfectly timed ahead of this B-side execute.
They're recovering. This is what they needed. A very, very important couple of rounds there, 2 for them to leverage just a little.
Okay.
There it is, yeah.
I didn't know. I came through with 2 wall bangs through the box.
Take them when you get them, don't
yeah.
you? This was the final. Yeah, lovely. And no matter how you get them, Sen needed a couple of rounds here. Money's still okay, at least for this round for Heretics, so not much of a problem. Ult-wise, not a great deal online. Patatex, yes, the rest, no. And are they willing to fight this out? Paranoia goes in, it doesn't affect Zekken, so he does get to strike. That's Benji Fishy gone. That post plant could get a little trickier if they make it through. And Heretics fighting for mound control themselves here.
1 for 1. I think if Heretics a chance to recoup here, Zekken actually has himself an operator to play with now as well. Swing onto this, but almost a setup there for a high-low swing. Miniboo the one to find the headshot. Now man advantage here for Heretics. Sassy ult in hand. Patitech does have a Viper's Pit, so opportunities to really secure a post plant here. Heretics decide to continue. It looks as if, yeah, John QT's giving this all the way up.
Having to sit deep on this though, hasn't he? He can't take a challenge, maybe just trying to keep control of CT for the play back in.
Careful here.
The rotates are far away. You can see how hyper-aware each team is of each other. Smoke goes up deep. Pit's already there. That's 4 players to find. Sassy does have his ult. He's got a lot of util left to invest.
Everyone but Rians, actually.
This is big. Can they make the most of it? Yes, Sassy does very well to find Miniboo. That's the first step. Panitek is still in this ult, though, and he's in a lot of danger, actually. You can see this.
You can slow this down still.
There it is. Buy some time, and Boo just waiting. Anything that appears on the screen, he wants to remove it. Oh, he's getting tagged up here. This is so precarious, so dangerous. And Zelsis takes him down. Panitek! That's what they needed. And that's what they get. They finish with a flourish here in the first half. Heretics making a statement here, Mike. 8-4 in the lead.
Yeah, they come out swinging. So any questions about the confidence definitely squashed here in this first half. Sentinels able to make it at least an honest go with things here, but a string of rounds unanswered. Be loving that if you're a Heretics fan.
And at this point, I think if you're a Valorant fan, you're probably pretty happy too.
Definitely,
this
yeah.
is an explosive game. We all wanted this caliber, this quality is what we've been looking for. The resurgence from Sentinels means they're still in this half. There is still a solid chance for them here, but they have to get off to a banging beginning in the second.
What a terrific start it is for Team Heretics here. And I managed to sneak myself into the streaming booth to join Mixwell. How exciting is it to see your team compete on this stage in Spain, of all places?
I mean, so far we're playing really well and the crowd is insane. Hola a todos! Hey! I love it here, I love it. It's a dream come true. There was talks that maybe VCT was gonna come to Spain, and in the end it was in Berlin, so I'm super happy that finally we have an international event here.
Yeah, it's very special to have a Spanish team make it as well.
I was not expecting it to qualify, but we beat everybody. We played so well during kickoff, and now we're also playing super good. And thank God Rians came yesterday.
Yeah, it's really nice to see him on stage. Now, I want to roll the years back real quick, because you've played against Tens before. You faced Sentinels. How do you stop a player like him?
I think you need to not let him have the space that he needs. He's a super skilled player, and you always have to be aware of what he could do, really aggressive. So as long as we keep him, as long as we trade him, we're good. Because when players are so good as him, you can always die first, but you need to trade him always.
Just take him down. And lastly, any words for the Spanish crowd one more time?
Chicos, lo estáis haciendo genial. Haced mucho ruido, vamos!
Woo! Well, let's see if Heretics can close it out in front of this electric crowd.
Thank you. Great to hear from Mixwell there.
Always is.
You know, it has been a great first half. I mean, the scoreline, you'd be forgiven to think it was a bit more one-sided, but how explosive was that?
I mean, I'll be honest, one of the most exciting starts we can have to this series as well, with Sunset to follow up. We'll get to that. We'll get to that when we do.
Why have you reminded me?
But this is exactly what you want out of these two teams. See what Sentinels now have to respond in the second half. They may be caught off guard a little bit in the first. You got to imagine Heretics are going to continue to be proactive, dial into this pace once again.
Patient beginning, though, coming out from
Very,
Sam
yeah.
Very slow, steady. Shown a little, obviously, off the back of that Dizzy, which is going to be drawing 3 players to be posted towards that C site. Already Minibu may be considering the others, but as it stands, very patient.
Spike this side with Zelsis. 3 players of Sentinels looking to at least show presence towards Rubble, but I mean, the fact that Benji's solo over there, he's not going to be peeking. He's not really going to be looking for any information. Very much looking to absorb any sort of pressure that does come his way, but Minibu has come across to give him some support.
There's the first contact.
That's a ton. That could actually pull the rotation. I think it's about to. Look at Rins and Patitek right now.
Lovely fake play here from Sentinels. Now, Boo's seen enough that he should be calling someone back. There's been no further contact. There's still the utility there.
Sentinels haven't got in, though, and it's 30 seconds.
Is this a pivot? I mean, they're trying to feign a pivot, but still, they're leaving this very late. Now, fortunately for them, they have got sight. You can already see the respect shown from Boo that it's not worth dying on your own to hold this, so he's drifted back towards CT. They're grouping up already. Plant is in, but 5v5 post-plant. Who's got Kit? Who's got Util? Zekken has the boom bot. You got Sassy. But on the other side, a fair bit still to play with Heretics. They've held on to theirs. So maybe Zekken willing to challenge on this, but he's got to be good for it. And oh, he is. He's bloody great for it. Zekken, good for 2. The answer comes in, but Zelt is still standing. Sassy on the back lines, leaving Boo just the only man standing in a 1v3. And yeah, that one's been handled. Sentinels, lovely composure here on the first and the second.
I feel like Heretics are ahead of that, but I think just too many question marks planted by Sentinels. The misdirection with the door as well, you can see the pings coming out even after the plant is confirmed on C. They're so conscious of potentially, I mean, any number of these 3 players that were spotted outside rubble of being in position to backstab, but matter regardless, came down to the gunfights on the way back through, and Sentinels stand strong.
Nice.
Things within 3 rounds now in the second half.
See if Heretics can get under their skin a little here, though. Sen certainly applied the pressure in the first half doing this sort of stuff, but don't know if Heretics have it the same way. But let's see. John QT very much aware of the possibility, sitting quite deep, just shouldering the angle, while the rest of Sentinels kind of showing a lot of presence, being boisterous around the map. Even Benji Fishy very uncomfortable on that C site. Pulling in for Patatek, but again, keep in mind this is classic Ghosts, Sheriffs. So take a lot, go right for Heretics. Sentinels should be looking to keep this clean, coming with a nice bonus potentially. The 3rd round of the second half, plant should be there. Don't think any disruption to that will be in place. No. So lovely work from Sen again, keeping 5 standing, navigating well to this C site, and getting the plant in place.
Really about what damage Heretics can do on the way back in here. C's Nade going to go through. Boo, I don't think caught up in that, no. Second up close to personal again, but he gets flashed.
Still breathing, still standing, and still got 2 Sentinels. Very nice work. No threats really made from that. Second went down, but that's not the end of the world. They are happy enough moving forward. He's 1 away from his ult already. This is the perfect start for, again, a fantastic second half here.
Now Heretics can really slam the brakes on, find a response here. 2 freebies from Zekken. That close up with the stinger. No real old progress for Heretics to fall back on. We enter round 3.
Here comes the fun. You got that leftover buy, right? The bonus here for Sen. You've got the purchase coming out for Heretics. And Sen, again, so mobile, so agile around this map.
Very active, yeah, very active.
Hard to get your players in the right place. Again, Miniboo trailing behind. He's trying to get over towards C potentially. They've been somewhat conditioned to be believing in this C site hit, which, I mean, looks like it's on the cards.
Utility invested here. Fishy going to respect this, backs away wisely, but Patatek might get caught in the corner, and he does. Opener found here by Zekken once again. He's not done just yet. Like he was entertaining the idea of following up on the boombot there. Open plant, Sentinels can fully reset off this now. Tough egg to crack for Heretics on the way back through, once again onto C site.
This C-take has been looking unstoppable, and this would be a bonus conversion. This would be outstanding for Sentinels. Already, though, Ten's going to get a little bit of contact here. Outdone by Miniboo, but Sassy then takes the next layer of pressure as they sweep the site, Miniboo again. But how do they break that deeper post?
So much util.
Absolutely, Mike. It's very difficult to even get on the spike itself. And I think Heretics might know that. John QT, sharp as ever, and Miniboo just puts his life on the line. And this is a dream for Sentinels. Lovely string of rounds now, upgrade to the rifles. It could not have gone better.
I noted it earlier, the Sentinels placing too many question marks across the map here. Heretics almost forced to kind of play retake on all 3 sites unless they can confirm some sort of information. Need somebody to go hunting here for Heretics. Because much of what we saw in the first half, Sentinels have free run of the map right now.
Yes, they do. No solution yet for that C-take or the retake, potentially. Sheriffs aplenty, and a fight to be found. Zekken, again, this guy, his early work has been exceptional. Cracking open sites, being a real nuisance, Boo.
Good for
Bad,
one, yeah.
But you've got a whole lot more to find. And they are still continuing along this A pathing. Rien's, oh, man, this is not a fun spot to be in now. Oh! That's a shot! That is a goddamn shot. Any more of those? Tens, though, creeping closer. Rien's did get another one. This is getting way too close for comfort. This shouldn't have been a 2v2, but Heretics have made it nasty. Tap on the spike, calling back in Benji Fishy. They are facing on this. Great heads-up work from Sen, keeping track of the potential. What can Benji Fishy do? A 1v2. It would be miraculous.
They're pinging out the rifle here, but I think it's been cycled across elsewhere.
He's struggling to find something. Might just have to be that Sheriff until he gets towards sight, maybe back sight even. How does he clear tree on this? The turret, but that's not enough. Look at that setup!
Oh.
Still made a go of it. Still a threat. But it's tied up now, 8-8. Sentinels, this second half is looking theirs. Lovely beginning. Yes, ult's starting to hit, but Heretics pumping the brakes.
First timeout called here. Definitely going to want to try and take stock of what's gone wrong in the first few. A banging shot from Riens to open things up.
That was wild.
Patstek, unfortunately, just forced into a corner here on drop. Unable to provide too much assistance. Let's see what the switch up is for Heretics coming out. There's 4 rounds unanswered here by Sentinels, and like I said, they have free run of the map. Same way Heretics did in the first as well. Again, without the benefit of the economy, maybe feeling a little apprehensive to put Miniboo kind of in that danger zone and look to brawl with Sentinels. Dare you say it, a team you really want to be brawling with.
It is so mirrored, it feels like, after watching that first half. Like, cleaner, actually, from Sen more than anything, but still, Heretics without an answer.
I guess a little more, it feels a little more controlled from Sen versus
Yes.
what we saw from Heretics. There was a lot more trading, reliance on the fundamentals for Heretics, and Sentinels definitely looking a little cleaner in that regard, I guess, is the way to look at it.
Oh, very much so. Couple of ults, though, for Heretics to bring into effect in this round. Sen on a million miles away from theirs as well. Keep your eyes towards it there. That is very much on the horizon for them, but Heretics could try and take back some control with this. But then now the Sentinels just switch something up, right? Just play a little out of pocket here, just coming out of this timeout. Let's see what they go for. They've been determining pace here in the second.
Cover going out.
Early exchange of util will be towards that B site, but not much intention behind it.
I think Sentinels anticipating a little bit of a switch up here in terms of aggression from Heretics. John QT on a solo mission here to plant the seed, but majority of the stack must be in C site here for Heretics. Very tempered approach. Rien's got to be careful. Don't want to see him get caught off here as the solo anchor towards 8.
He's got to be playing this smart.
Again, his ultimate huge in terms of a retake as well.
They're all coming this way.
Yeah, this is looking a little dangerous for Riens.
Excellent read from Sentinels, but yeah, Riens is in a lot of danger. And again, you'd see that Prowler just sent through towards B is keeping both players very present there. Oh man, he's got to have 2 here. Back away with his life if he even wants a chance at this. Now he's got to be worried. He's got to be so worried. He's seen so much. He's actually made it out with his life, which if anything is incredibly impressive, and just has to try and hold towards CT, because Sentinels, you can't stop that roll. There's no way you can hold back these players here. Now has to wait for reinforcement, but this will be a plant for Sen, and once again, a very comfortable post-plant.
Yeah, Zekken and John QT looking to take a ton of space up towards heaven here.
Oh, but diligent work from Heretics. This is nice, but do they get punished? No, they don't. Somehow Zekken's still here. Miniboo's gone ahead of him. This is madness. Zekken finds Riens. Miniboo still be holding this one. Beautiful work from Zekken. How is he getting away with it still? Miniboo just trying to dodge, trying to live, and he just can't. It's all on Boo now, and it is wild, and he's still kicking. 7 HP in a 1v1 out of nowhere. Oh, Sassy! Holds that, but what a ridiculous round.
I mean, how has Zekken survived that long? Again, he gets blinded up. This time, a Vandal in hand. Still finds a kill blind. Just absolutely ridiculous. What a crazy exchange up on heaven here.
Standing.
Absolute heroics from Zekken, and Boo comes back, finds these two. Unfortunately, not to get the drop inside the smoke and clutch things out. You see the heartbreak as well.
So, got to say, Zekken is on an absolute heater as well this game. You looked at his value as well of his opening kills coming into this. It looked fantastic for him. But
I mean, when he's playing like this, literally, Sentinels just resort towards let him off the leash.
Yeah, do it.
Pick a side and put him in there.
He's got his ult. He's got 2 potential victims. Let that man go. Let him fly. And he's away. Does he find anyone this time? It looks like he does. He can't stop winning. Finally put down by Benji Fishy, but he's garnered them access to the site again. Ten's in a little bit of danger here, actually. Yeah, can't make it out. And Sassy, though, again, the backbone here. Safe hands to hold on to some of these key kills, these key rounds. And Boo's only got a Sheriff. All the devotion and desire in the world won't get him this round at this point. It actually looks, yeah, I mean, at this point, gotta say it, Sentinels, what an answer, and Boo is just playing safe. He's doing the tactical timeout without calling it just yet.
He's going to take this time, make the most of it here, try and get the team back in line. I don't even know if we're anticipating a timeout as well on top of this.
I wouldn't be surprised.
To try and maximize, but Sentinels have come back swinging in the second half.
Just be looking to just run this round out. There it is. Had his chat. Now, do we see the timeout to follow? Because they have not found a solution here to Sentinels at all.
No, I'll be honest, they've been battered in the second half. They haven't really had an opportunity to really get anything going. Economy aside and the way that Sentinels are playing, like I said, it feels like a game of control.
Yes.
And the comparison in the second half being, Heretics have been a little apprehensive to dip their toes. Maybe you'd argue losing the first couple and being on the back foot with the economy, but there hasn't been much of a response, and it's looking like the response might be an operator in the hands of Miniboo and slowing things down. I'm not sure if that is the answer that Heretics need.
That's not going to help things, though. A missed shot like that, but now they know it's there, right? They've seen one of the cards that Heretics holds, and now what does this do to Sentinels? You can see Zelsis really chatting something through.
I mean, you arm somebody like John QT with information like that off the rip in a round. It gives them plenty of options. I mean, look at Sentinels and X right here. They're waiting to see if there's any further aggression. Miniboo's already preemptively rotated away.
Maybe expecting
Boo's going to have it. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Anticipating. We've shown the operator here. They're going to try and hit towards B or C, but...
No one's rotating either, Mike.
Nope.
They think this is a fake.
Yep.
Sentinels,
well,
why would they show you respect?
Exactly, they've had the run of the map. They've been able to plant these question marks time and time again.
This actually might work out. By hook or by crook, this might work out.
A miracle for Heretics. They're trying to dig out the lurk now.
Yeah, that's what their intent would be. Patatek and Benji Fishy looking for John QT, but now there's going to be a bigger surprise. They found Sassy, and Miniboo's in the right place. They've almost stumbled across the solution to what was going on here. Oh, great work from Miniboo. Ten's trying to get ahead of the curve, and that's a spike lost now. Hard work here for Zelsis and John QT to bring this back. Can they evade the eagle eyes of Miniboo?
Got a lockdown to work with as well, so if they can find a kill and feel comfortable enough, they could secure the site for a little longer, but Zelsis goes exploring. Miniboo happy to take that one.
1v4? That's a lot. Find a position to work from. Plan's fine for him here, but there's problems. But he's taken down the first one. Benji Fishy falls. He needs another couple. Paranoia evaded. He's still standing. This is good, but he needs to be able to deal with the diffuser, and he can't quite do it just yet. The spam's not landing, and he knows it. Great damage, but it's not enough there. Heretics just about tipping this one back in their hands, and it felt like Sentinels walked into that rather than evading it.
They didn't save across the operator either. I'm not sure if somebody was scrambling to pick it up at the end there, but yeah, I got to say, it almost feels like the stars aligned for Heretics here to be in a position. Sentinels feel like they've done so much in terms of, I guess, pumping this fake, creating a little bit of pressure. Heretics, I guess, stick to their guns in terms of what they commit to. Over towards A.
But it could still be a flash of the pan, right? That C site take was still not fixed. And Zekken back on this pace. TP this time is committed to. Tens is there. What a horrible predicament for Heretics. You got Zekken in the front, Tens in the back, and there's nowhere to hide. Zekken on the hunt, you can see it, Patatek back to the wall. They're surrounded. They're still trying to fight their way out. Benji Fishy can only stay alive for so long. That was such a well-constructed site take from Sentinels. Again, flexing their capability here. Miniboo has found John QT, so this isn't completely free. It's not completely safe. Ten's the one to be holding them. Deep smoke towards CT to try and secure some of this. Desperate to avoid the stun, but still catches it. Dips away, but this time, And the
Spike's
rotate.
finally coming
Wait,
down.
I thought he already went
No,
down.
no, I was watching for a second there.
Hell.
Sassy waiting out everything. Riens has actually found tens.
Oh, that's not good. But Zelsis still breathing. Sussy as well. Sussy has been good in these. But it's Miniboo and Riens. You saw that aim from Riens. You've seen Miniboo's impact. But these two are nasty. Hard to play against. They're both in that corner. How do you clear this? Miniboo dives on in. Oh, it's lovely work again from Sussy. Finding two. The rock of the team here. Getting them up to 11. Sentinels looking large and back in charge here.
And this suffocating execute onto C site, the paranoia and the nightfall covering everything here. But it takes Sentinels, well, it feels like a decade to get the spike down. So paranoid of maybe a pre-take coming back through from the remaining members of Heretics, but able to course correct it. And Sassy to close things out. That's got to feel like a sigh of relief, though, for Sentinels to get that one across the line.
Got close there, didn't it?
Up to 11 now, Heretics.
On the ropes.
Yeah, I think that's why we see the second time and a continuation of boot from that previous round. So the only one round, a flash in the pan for Heretics in the second half here to really pin their hopes to. Not going to have the finances here, so looking like they have to almost concede towards map point. Miniboo won off his ultimate. Boo, Patitek and Benji all with theirs. Some options here, but again, the purchase is not going to be pretty. Throw everything but the kitchen sink into this one.
Wow. I'm looking at that purchase and it's still not getting better, is it? Kitchen sink included. There's just not much to write home about.
I think they're actually dialing it back a little bit.
Yeah, I think they might have to suffer through this
I
one.
think that, yeah, they are going to concede here.
They'll make a go of it. Obviously, it's not going to be a freebie, but it's certainly not going to be everything they'd want me to do. Just, okay, that's
how you make your Guardian work.
Yeah, and that's second Gon, who has been so
protagonist,
paramount.
yeah.
He has been paramount to some of the success Sentinels has early in these rounds as well. So it'll be interesting to see now with him taken away so early on, what do they lean back to? Do they continue along this pathing towards B?
It's so late in this half to see Heretics get aggressive like that.
I know. You'd almost wanted them to try it earlier, didn't you? But
I mean, the response is Sentinels have walked in all the way into B, but they found Benji Fishy elsewhere. Sassy will fall. Zelsis quick with the trade, but should get the plant down here. No, still for a little misdirection here, baiting out potentially anybody from Heretics. John QT able to slow this down with a snake bite.
very valuable, that.
Oh! But the smoke drops, Boo finds him.
Boo could not have found that at a better time. That unleashes the rest of his side to come on through. He gets forced out, but still, where's the rest of the three? Where are the others coming in from? Now they come through tens. Can't hold it, and now it's on Zelsis. 1v2. Oh, Zelsis! That's his round with a Red Bull clutch. Even with the finest of margins, Sen don't let them have a moment of rest.
I mean, it's such a beautiful read as well. The call to just shift walk up behind that first blood. Ballsy, but Benji Fishy the only one really to throw a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
And that kill was ridiculous. I saw Zelsis got caught by the paranoia. Didn't know if it was slightly off time, but finds that first headshot completely blind.
This is the round the Heretics were waiting on. Very late in the day, plenty of ults to play with, and it looks like Heretics up for the brawl, up for the fight, and second though is normally good for this. It's Tens this time gonna take the headline. Boo goes down, Sentinels in control here. This is their map choice, and they've just suddenly made it look like it on this second half. Riens, Benji Fishy, and Patitek. I mean, you just had to watch your team get massacred on that little bit of aggression they've been dabbling with, and it's so early in the round.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Sentinel's another situation. Benji Fishy going to be the one to try and stop things once again. He's unchecked with a utility. Could play him in here, but there's a ton of bodies on the other side of this. Unfortunately, somebody's going to turn for that alarm bot as well.
Yeah, almost counterintuitive. Okay, that's helped him out. And the lineup, I thought he could have two. He doesn't in the end. Patitek gets pushed aside. And once again, Sentinel's just taking the tour of the map. Hitting just about every site they want to. And this has been their stronghold. This C site has been theirs.
This has been the definition of running rings round a team. This second half from Sentinel, so much misdirection. Heretics unable to find a grasp on the plan in time. At just 36 HP now for Rians.
A tough task here. First map is wrapped. Sentinels back on the international stage, looking exceedingly strong. That second half, Mike, is something to be very impressed by.
I was a little worried in the first.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest,
Oh, yeah.
Heretics definitely come out swinging, but what a response in kind from Sentinels. Miniboo and Zekken definitely the headliners here in this map 1.
13-9 is map 1. Who knows where Sunset goes? But do stick around.
Excuse me, would you mind taking a picture of us?
Oh, no problem.
Thanks.
Ooh, yes, problem. You need Verizon. Trade in that old thing and get a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage, so you can take all the pics. So many selfies.
A preposterous amount of panos!
That means panoramic. And as many portraits of me as your heart desires.
How about none?
None.
None, yeah, none feels right.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition and get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. Only on Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.
What a fantastic start that was from Sentinels here in Masters Madrid. I'm now joined by their coach, Coach Kaplan. Now, your attack side, what a masterclass. Zekken, 5 first kills, 5 rounds won. How much of your game plan, your strat book, was relying on the fact that he does get those draws?
I mean, we always look to set him up, but there's plenty of miracles he's pulled out that we definitely can't rely on or predict. So, we never look too hard to enable one guy. We just look at the big picture of the strategy. How do they play? How do we play? What do we need to do to beat them?
Well, you can't stop him if it looks like, but congratulations on the first map and best of luck on the second one.
Thank you very much.
You want that big match feel, you got it right here, folks. A match that certainly, or a map rather, that certainly did not disappoint. Sentinels, they come into this one, Kukuka, in a hostile environment, some might say, but then I also hear the crowd cheering for them too.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like, they're feeding off of the energy, both teams in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. I think that it is something that could not definitely get a lot into their heads, and I think that there were some people supporting them. Both of the halves were defined by the attack, and I think that it's brilliant, the adaptation that we were seeing from both of the teams, and also a little bit of shaky nerves at some points.
Yeah, I thought Sen were going to be honestly just cooked as well. When they lost in the eco round in round 2, round 9 when they had the spike in their possession and they couldn't even keep it from, Heretics getting into the post plan and actually winning that one out.
Yes.
It was looking pretty much done and dusted, but the attack side was where they all came alive for both of the teams, like we said. And honestly, the macro play, the macro call in John QT, big indicator of that one. But of course, you've got to give credit to Zekken versus Miniboo. These guys basically playing identical roles in terms of their position of trying to be those entry players and being set up to succeed. And they were going toe-to-toe, but look at that first blood percentage of Zekken. I mean, 31.8%, converting on most of those into round wins as well on their attack side. I mean, this kid is for real. I said one of my hot takes at the beginning of this was that at the end of this tournament, Zekken is going to look like the best player in the world. And I think that
I thought that it was the TenZ was going to improve his...
Well, that too.
That
was another hot
several
take.
ones.
Was that
He just says a lot of things.
TenZ is going to break his record.
And one of them might land, right?
Yeah, and then Zekken is going to be the best player in the world. So one of them might land, maybe. But, I mean, we're well on the way for one of those to happen. TenZ started the match with a bloody ace. So, I mean, listen, anything can happen.
I mean, what a way to come out here. But I think, though, for the Heretics, there is, that there's certainly wasn't going to be an easy match for them, not by any stretch of the imagination. But to see this team newly formed really has proven to me this squad is the real deal. This isn't like shenanigans over in EMEA. No, this was the real deal. This squad can play.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not that, you know, they were completely obliterated. The ideas were still there. Sentinels just came on top. I think that Sassy had very important late rounds. I think that also what we saw in the graphic is that even though Zekken was getting those kills, he wasn't doing that much damage during the round because Minimu was, you know, staying alive for longer because his role, even though it's the same, is a bit different in the macro style from both of them teams. Now, looking into Sunset, things are going to be very similar for the side of Heretics.
Oh, yeah.
Bren, you were saying it, probably the reason why Sentinels want to go into this maps is because of that neon.
I'm excited for this map. Now, I'm not going to use the same term that I used earlier, but I am very excited for this Sunset map because you're looking at one of the best maps again for both of these teams for similar reasons. And I did point it out in the pre-show.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about this in a second, though. We do want to hear from the coach on the other side of the field for the Heretics, Yinsu, standing by.
Heretics are about to take the stage again, but first I'm joined by their coach, Neozinho. Now, map 1 defense, a little bit shakier from you guys. Zekken seemed to cause a lot of problems for you, so how do you think you should be dealing with him going on to map 2?
Honestly, for us, it wasn't about them on their attack. It wasn't even individually. So I'm not even thinking about how we deal with Zekken. Like, we completely threw that defense ourselves. We were not proactive enough. We let them execute on us. So next game, we just need to focus on ourselves. Go in, be more disruptive because we were taking really good aim Joes on attack. We were sticking to our fundamentals, and that's why we were winning. And that we played a little bit scared, but that's fine. So that's what we're going to do next game. We're going to play how we want to play and be more proactive and take aim Joes because we cannot aim them, and we showed it in the first half. So.
I mean, Neil, you come back from these positions before. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see if you can indeed do it.
They're they feel confident in those angels, and they have a good reason to be.
Yeah, I mean, did you see those Sherris? Like the shots coming from Benji, from Boom, from literally anybody in this.
That's a bold statement to say against Sentinels, though.
Exactly, right? But we saw it on the stage, and of course, we see the crowd going crazy for them, celebrating, giving them cheers when they most need them. And of course, coming into this second map in Sunset, it has to be the same coming from them.
Yeah, I think that proactivity being called out by Neozinho was honestly spot on. I think nail on the head with that one, because it's one of the part of the reasons why Heretics is such a scary team is those aggressive plays. I mean, I pointed it out, you know, before we got into this match, but it's working off with the double flash setups when they play that Gecko and the KO comp as well, and setting up Mini Boo for success. They weren't doing that on the defense side of Lotus. They were really just letting them have free reign, playing really quite far back, and they allowed Sentinels to get back into the action.
Just a side note real fast, want to let everyone know at home here that after this match is done, we are going to have the Swiss Round 2 draw show immediately after the post-match interview today. So after the interview, make sure you stick around because there's going to be more to talk about. But Kukuka, what you got?
Exactly, because tomorrow we need some matches, right?
And we need some matches.
Exactly, we need some winners tomorrow. No time to send anybody home just yet. But yeah, going back and picking up what you were saying, Bren, about those double flashes, probably, and thinking about Sunset now, that is what we're going to get from the side of Sentinels if nothing changes coming into this tournament. We also mentioned the short window of time before coming here to Madrid, and I think that maybe one of the keys for Heretics coming into this Sunset might be tweaking a little bit of those things, because I'm not sure and I'm not sold on the KO Sova on almost any map. Like that
yeah, I know you're very against the KO Sova, and I totally
like them
understand.
separate, you know, but I don't like them together.
It is pretty slow. I mean, when you run that, I think Sentinels, they like to run the very similar comp that we saw earlier today, which PaperX are running on Sunset. I mean, they essentially, I think they stole it from PaperX as well, from scrims when they were playing in Korea. But they play really well. I mean, their retakes with the comp is incredibly strong. They understand this necessity for like fighting over that extremity control, using the double initiator at times for that. And so this is a really good map for both of these teams.
Yes.
I'm
just itching now to get into this agent select so I can see, are there going to be any alterations? I don't think there will be. Both of these teams haven't had as much time to really chop and change a lot of their game plans. And both of these teams are very confident on this map, so I can't imagine they would have changed much.
And you heard Neil. I mean, I think you're right, Brent. They're just going to play their game. I really think that.
I think everybody says that.
Everyone
you know?
says it, but I genuinely believe it here, though.
It's not that they won, it's that we lost, you know. But I think that is the kind of no. But
you gotta have that
being
mentality.
honest, that is kind of the mentality that puts you through the next match. The fact that everything is in your hands. It's not that you get an outplayed, is that actually you step on your own toes.
Yeah, and not to say anything about Neil, but I always call it the delusional confidence that you have to have all the time, no matter what the
Being
circumstances
the Lulu
are.
is the Salulu. Right?
But yeah, there's certainly going to be a lot of tension on that stage in a little bit once we get into the matchup, but we are waiting for the agent select, slight delay. So we'll jump into the match, or excuse me, we'll jump into agent select as soon as that is available.
I don't know if I'm being baited there. I mean, I saw Sova maybe getting hovered on one of the monitors.
I mean, if
I don't.
Maybe on the side of Heretics?
Yeah.
Did you recognize the jersey?
I think it was the Heretics players, yeah.
And maybe we're not going to be seeing the changes. You were talking about John QT also as well. Boo on the other side. I think that, you know, that head-to-head is something that we need to take into accountability here.
And agent select is through, and you can see once again, Heretics locking in that Sova KO.
Yeah, not a big fan. I think that it relies also a lot into how they set up Boo and how that's going to work. I think that Benji in the past has been very predictable with the utility that he uses on Cypher now that they're starting here on the defense. So I think that is something that Sentinels might be able to exploit.
Yeah, full steam ahead, looking at that proactivity of Heretics, how they set up Mini Boo for success, how he's going to be taking these fights as well, and whether Sentinels are going to be ready for it. If they've got protocols in mind, if they're going to be playing positions in anti-flash, trying to bait out the util, bait out those positions to try and punish them, that's going to be a really important key for Sentinels here.
The tension is on. This is it. You know Heretics don't want to go out 2-0 here after one hell of a run in EMEA kickoff. And for Sentinels, a 2-0 victory here would be a statement for them.
And not only that, going back into the international stage, imagine if they make it again to the finals at least without dropping a single map after the insane kickoff that they had.
That would be absurd, but that is for the future. For now, though, let's live in the present and send it over to your casters. Of course, it's the tag team stylings of Pansy and Hypok.
GB is always so nice to us. He's, you know, he gives us those nice throws there, Mike. What do you make of them?
He missed a Spanish pun, though, up on the...
I think he actively chose
interesting choice.
Although I did like the Delulu comment from Kakuka there. That was pretty solid. And yeah, maybe Niels is a little out of it right now. But I think there was some sort of value in what he was saying, because it kind of went back to us going, I want them to be proactive. We want them to take those fights. But then there is that case of, okay, but just go and diff Sen, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I get it.
We can never get away with saying things like that. Like, oh yeah, Heretics through that second half. But I don't want to accredit it all to that. Yes, you can tell that. I mean, I feel like they got locked out of it so early on.
Yes.
And then I guess it does become a confidence issue of, then you have to justify, you know, Mini Boo running it down or sending him out on a mission to try and find his opening engagement. When Zeken's already, statistically, he's dominating that game from the get-go in the second half.
Here we go, folks. Second map here. Lotus was 13-9. Sentinels choice and Sentinels win. And it's a brave pick to come in here. On this map, Sen have looked pretty solid to my eye on this one. Heretics a little less tape, but some decent results. Taking down some big names over in EMEA, but again, Sentinels look very sharp this time, and Benji Fish is in a world of trouble. He's actually re-swung the smoke, though. So happy to challenge, and every time we talk about it, everyone just disrespects those smokes on B market. You need that follow-up presence.
Absolutely do. Zelsis will get the plant. Actually taking a ton of damage through here.
Where was he taking damage?
I don't know, but this paint shell's perfect for Zeka to follow up on.
Yeah, that's not bad, and that's a great bit of damage. Securing the close lines, but Miniboo right back into it, biting back. Now, 3v2, noting only one of the players here.
Look at the HP for Zelsis.
One and done at best, right? Surely, you can see them trying to play together. Love that. Love that push and pull. Miniboo gonna fall for it, but there's the overwhelm. The HP gonna reign supreme here. That's gonna be the defuse coming through for Heretics, dealing with the absolutely almost insurmountable amount of casualties over in market, right? That was just the bloodbath.
I mean, the paint shell's perfect, but Miniboo sliding in, unannounced here, finds the response necessary. Sassy, unfortunately, not really able to have a say in this. Look at Miniboo's HP as well, just outside the fragment. Zelsis found one before falling, but like you said, the HP almost decided that.
How can you not love Benji Fishy as well?
Yeah,
such
really,
a
really hard not to.
Yeah, genuinely great to see him at this stage. So pumped up. But hey, we've already seen it doesn't really matter how many rounds you get on one half. Sentinels have that capability. to bring back anything, so don't worry too much about the pistol, but there's a buy behind this. Stingers are plenty, Sheriff, and a full sight hit coming in. You can already see they've had to respect this enough. That Shock Dart could have done a bit of chip damage, and I think it might have caught a couple on the way, but the plant is in.
See, that's it. I was going to say, Sentinels sticking to these very, very close proximity positions. Heretics have to wait out these smokes. Drown will come through, but Sentinels now are going to approach this after giving up along this side. Zekken, though, to open things up.
That was so well played. Between the two of the flashes coming through. Oh, that was outstanding. Making those stingers work and trying to break the back line. It's brutal, but Miniboo let off the leash just a little. Closing it back to this 2v2, but the defuse needs to be the next port of call. You can already see them getting towards halfway. The spray not enough. The reveal! And the death for John QT in the end. Defuse is there. Heretics holding on for a second, but that's deadly.
And that's that sort of post-plant that's very difficult to lock down, you know, spamming stingers into smokes and whatnot. It's really tough to try and close things out. Zekken, I mean, gets everything
so nice.
you could want and more, to be honest, from this position.
I love the double flash kind of combinations we're seeing at the moment.
But Miniboo, what was this double? What?
Okay, that seems unreasonable, doesn't it? Oh, have a seat.
That second shot is outrageous. Looking to carry across that momentum from the first half. The Sentinels now got planned once again towards B site.
But I like this test towards middle at the same time. Haven't seen too much of an exploration. They've mostly kind of cut in through market, which is very reasonable, but kind of like to see what they're doing here, see if Zellsis can maybe pry some information of what this mid hold looks like, how they can maybe exploit a rotation, if they can pressure top mid potentially. As it stands, there hasn't really been much of attention put towards A either. No real challenge on it. Okay, Miniboo. Fair enough, and Benji, the timing on that, it still gets
a kill.
Still gets it.
Down to 5 HP though.
Yeah, he's going to have to depend on the others to kind of pick up the slack, which is exactly what he's doing.
Sentinels unable to find a way in just yet, but expected a double satchel with Zekken. Boasting a shorty right now. Look how deep, I was going to say, look how deep Heretics are though.
Rien's could be vulnerable, maybe.
See the pings coming through towards market. Patek actually catching a shot there as well, so forced off the angle.
I was waiting to see if Zekken was just going to let it rip, just fly in there, but allowed for the plant to come in. Heretics happy to bide their time. Still going to wait for Boo to come back over to an extent as well. Paranoia gets posted, and that's when it's time to strike. Zekken does so well. Takes down Rien's, but the trade comes out. Benji Fishy barely alive, but still finding value. 10 still standing, 20 HP. That's a lot to ask for, even for him, but there we go. Boo is there. It may not be pretty, but it's round 3.
There's a chance for Sentinels to get things done there, but Heretics with a course correction. Close things out, a 3-0 start. Like I said, we don't want to talk about that too much of what happened in the first map, but it's off to a good start here on Sunset. That break in between maps has allowed them to just catch their breath, bring their confidence back to this. Sentinels have got a lot of ultimates coming up here. Key being the showstopper here for Zekken. On the side of things, no command away for Patek. Miniboo position as well, might even get aggressive here with seeing him up against the spawn barrier.
They can have a scrap on it. Yeah, they absolutely are. And there's intention behind it, that being Miniboo. Pressuring much deeper. Going to force Sentinels to have to re-clear this with a little bit more kit.
And this is exactly what we wanted to see them do on the previous map. Take some of this space away. Don't give Sentinels the freedom. Sentinels have re-cleared this very quickly. Decisively as well. Look at the mini-map. Everyone from Heretics has resorted back to a deep position already.
That's scary though. Does Zekken just go? Does he wait? Looks like they want to go for it yet. Does Boo manage to survive? Catching a couple of flashes, the TP taken, and the ult not going to land completely. Rienz keeps his life. Sen have the site though, and we look for the retake. Miniboo already clearing through middle quite quickly, but look at Zekken's position. Just on the other side of that smoke though, left and right, he could be in danger. How much damage can one man do? Zekken checks his corners, heads up work from him and gets out of danger. Beautiful work from him. Really disrupting this retake now.
glimpse of Rians as well here, but down to 27 FC, spammed out. Minibu will find the kill here, but the lineup, Minibu finds a second.
He's still going. Tens goes down, it's on John QT. And he can't even see the defuse right now. He can't stop it. There's so many bodies. Surely not. Surely not. He's still going. Halfway achieved. It's not everything. Rians is low. Maybe. Oh, heartbreak. The time. He's absolutely got it. Minibu, the saving grace of Heretics here.
Little touch and go with how confident Heretics swing back onto that retake, but came right down to the wire. Minibu able to stabilize, so John QT with a chance at an outrageous clutch.
God, he tried. Look at this one. Beautiful work from John QT. You almost kind of egging him on at that point, but again on the other side.
Yeah, look at where Minibu comes off there. Oof. The Sentinels to pump the brakes here, a 4-0 start on Sunset.
And what a disparity to map one, where they'd never pumped the brakes like that, Mike. Even after that first half, full faith in the second, knowing what was going on. Maybe feeling what they're seeing wasn't what they're expecting, or maybe just wanted to touch base on what's going on.
The timeline very indicative of the game plan here for Heretics. So it was their detriment on the first half, but now where they are conceding space, they are succeeding in the retake. Post plant's not looking as comfortable here for Sentinels. Only really shown presence towards mid once, nothing towards A site whatsoever, really. Well, that's what's being discussed now. Start exploring the map elsewhere. But the concern being now, I guess with the pendulum swinging back in Heretics' favour, they do continue to take the space away, be a little more proactive. Niels did say that was, I guess, kind of their downfall on Lotus. If they're looking to dial into that.
And if you're going to add maybe a little bit more credit to it, Minibu on 8-3 is certainly going to help things, right? You're talking about confidence. He's doing very nicely. Obviously, Zek, he's 5-4. He's not particularly having a bad start, but it's...
Got a showstopper already as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's, again, keeping it within context. It's not like anyone's having a terrible performance from Sentinels, but in this map so far, Minibu is really doing quite nicely, being in the right place, right time, not feeling like he's been caught out anywhere. And again, if you are Heretics, you will be predicting that Sentinels are probably going to try at least maybe an A site take, maybe get that proactive beginning again, could be a good look. Let's see if anyone's going to get contact on the knife from either side. Going to get dealt with, so Zels is going to have to pull, peel away from that with a limited amount of info. Yeah, first real test towards A here, Mike.
Interesting though, after the knife. Two members of Heretics creeping up.
Minibu better rotate now.
Yeah. So it might get played out this round if it did continue with that flank, but just going to leave Benji posted up a little deeper. Sentinels poised outside A. Boo got to be careful as well, he's semi-committed.
Yeah, they're creeping really close. They're ahead of that smoke. And yeah, there we go. Needs to get out of there. Ult on the way. Dealt with in unison, because Heretics are here because of that deep push-up from Benji Fishy, holding the entirety of that B space. They have the players here, so do they pull the plug? 50 seconds? Do they continue along this trajectory? The knife going to find nothing, so they know they're not particularly playing site. May need to be a bit careful of site itself, but they don't have a springboard here. Maybe depending on John QT's space that he's finding?
He's not going to find anything through mid or through the door, so I think Sentinels are committed towards this now. A ton of blinds
Really
coming
nice.
through here, yeah.
They got to use it though. They got to take that space that was given to them off the back of the flashes. Zek going to try and make it work, but it's Boo. Big deny. 10's still going to be holding on to this though, keeping a little bit of space safe. But look at this, they flooded back towards the site. There's a very limited amount of utility left on Sentinels to make this work. And 13 seconds now, they've still got to clear the two boxes. They have no idea about Boo. Cleared out by Zelsis. Good trade from Minibu. But Sentinels, in the last hurdle, can't make it count. Riens is there, sweeping through the site. John QT brought to his knees. Heretics making it up to 5.
Sentinels don't even get the spike down this round. Found success doing it elsewhere in every other round. And this audible coming out of timeout, not working at all. Riens looking crispy on that 3K. Heretics in total control of the start of map 2. Asking a similar sort of question once again. Them to dig deep and bounce back here. Managed to recover, what, an 8-4 half after an awful start.
And look at this adjustment from Heretics, though. Checking towards middle. Zelsis. Oh, look. Oh, Boo's in the right place at the right time, and they've handled middle. This was the adjustment. Heretics weren't just going to run it back every single time. Zelsis leaps into the loving arms of Boo, leaving just Sassy alive in a 1v4. He might get a plant, but beyond that, it would be a miracle. Can this man make it happen? Position spotted. Unable to make use of the util, spots another. Sassy is in danger. And what a bloody round from Heretics that was. The adjustment in middle, Mike, they read it to a T.
Absolutely. Dialed in right now. I blinked, I didn't see what happened.
That being dialed in?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
EMEA. Can't trust him anyway, can you?
I'm curious now, Sentinels feelings if they have any tangibles, really. And a little concerning coming into round 7. I mean, it's always concerning to see this, but we're at round 7, both timeouts used by Sentinels. I feel like we're digging pretty deep now in terms of responses, but just haven't seen any success so far. It's a lot more one-sided. So there was an exchange at the start of Lotus. Heretics the ones to really get in control of the pace and the tempo. Well, behind Miniboo, I should say, on their attacking half, but very few positives here for Sentinels.
No, I think, again, the way the tempo's been set, and the kind of ebb and flow of the game, when you're talking about even just that B main control, how it's just been so detrimental for Sentinels. They haven't been able to get those rotations in the right pace. They haven't beaten Heretics to the right side, really. We've seen almost every time Heretics perfectly positioned. We saw it on not the round before, the one prior to that with that A take, that they had, what, I think 4 players there. Benji Fishy was pushed up towards B main, eventually joining them through middle. They've had great reads, so Sentinels unable to really keep much subtlety to this. And again, you look at the effect of the economy, it's now starting to really weigh heavy. A quiet impact from TENS as well, not quite able to have some of that form. We've seen him, honestly, really shine on this map as well, but not quite in this half just yet. Let's see if there's any adjustments. What's this timeout given us here for Sentinels?
Not even really having the opportunity to pivot much in the mid-round here. With the previous mid-take, that would have been around. You expect to see it, but feeling a little linear, a little all-in on some of these plays from Sentinels. Even just noticed here, able to string together a purchase, but it's a Guardian and a Bulldog for Sassy and TENS. Try their luck once again towards A, but noted previously, Boo in this position once again. Going to find this information very early on.
It looks like Heretics expecting maybe that top mid presence again, that pressure potentially. But as we can see, that's not the case, so not particularly a long rotation, but Boo does need to play it really quite carefully. Very precarious position here. Willing to stick around, got to be careful. Time to dip, fall away, but he's again costing them a lot of utility. But the one thing I do like is that they've had John QT posted up towards B main the entire time. So this time, Benji Fishy can't be calling that it's completely free and completely safe.
The camera here and 2 trips towards site. Know that nothing's coming through, and actually Miniboo almost controlling the backside of mid here, pushing a little deeper now, but 30 seconds left, and Sentinel's going to have to roll the dice here on the way in. TP's going to come through. It is cancelled.
Did he get pinged by the knife? I don't think he did in the end. Plant is in.
Plant, yeah.
And this is flank on flank. Hello, Miniboo, and goodbye. This is a really good adjustment from Sentinels. What a great call. But can they hold the retake? Benji Fishy does damage on the front line. That's Zelsis. But now breaking the back of this, you've still got TENS, John QT, Zekken, Sassy, all here. That's a very open fight for Sassy. Paranoia gets posted, but getting on that defuse is so tricky. Rien's looking for someone. It's TENS to connect, but oh, what a shot from Rien's! And now just one. Zekken trying to do the dance, and oh, he's still moving. And he's just, surely you've seen him, he's just gonna dive in, he's gonna get in his face! Beautiful! That's the round they needed. A Red Bull clutch to seal it. But Sentinels played that round perfectly.
No hesitation from Zekken whatsoever. It's up close and personal, but Rian's making a real good go of that.
He's got some sharp aim, that boy, doesn't
crispy once again. Second time we've seen it this map. Heretics almost pulling off another retake here. A couple of overcommits in my eyes from the Sentinels players. Tucked back in towards B main, but I guess desperate to not give up any control, and maybe just a couple of challenges coming through here to try and run the clock down in that post plant.
I'm looking at the extremity control. Can they? Oh, it feels almost like a gamble stack if they don't get that information early, right? No one's now playing deep towards B main control coming out, at least from the Heretic side. They're not going exploring here, expecting once again this mid presence. Now this time it's, I wouldn't say the right read. They've kind of diverted through tiles back towards A. But it does at least allow for a quick rotation. So Sentinels kind of running this back again. Now last time around they did this. They left kind of Zekken posted late towards that A side, managing to catch Miniboo in the back. But now Boo actually going further on his exploration mission. Got to be careful to not overdo it here, because once again they're being drawn into a very similar fate, but this time with a different commitment of players.
Now Sentinels looking as if they have control of the map here in terms of planting the seeds of doubt. Different setup once again here, yeah. Definitely letting the clock build the suspense in this, but showstopper available now.
30 seconds left.
Zekken potentially to pave the way. Benji Fishy will be tested once again.
Nice angle for Benji Fishy, but that's a problem. There's a rocket.
Oh, it missed.
Wait, how the hell? They line up. Rians is back here, and he's just doing aim training on him. It's John QT, and it's Zekken.
10 seconds left.
They've got the plant, but this is a lot of work now. 4 players. Miniboo's got kit as well, and the ult.
Barely
no secrets.
I was going to say barely a 2v4 here with John QT down on 20 HP as well. All the information benefiting Heretics here. Miniboo slides out. Benji Fishy to clean things up.
Nice spacing, nice work between the two of them. They're taking no risks almost in that. They wanted to make sure, because there's always threat with Sentinels individuals. You can't take them lightly, and they didn't. So well played to Heretics there. 7-1 now. Sen, they've now had the answer back to a degree. Those kind of, the fakes are still, I don't say working, they are pulling players away, but again, Heretics aren't over-committing to this either.
No, they're not. A tough pill to swallow with Zekken's showstopper not finding Benji Fishy on the way in as well.
That's
Rian's looking to solidify his name here in map 2. Kind of crucial in a couple of these rounds now. Sentinels back down to pistols. Sassy and John QT with an ultimate. And the game plan seems a little better here. Almost airtight for Heretics. Now asking Sentinels to be the ones to find a response. The tables have turned from map 1.
The turns have indeed tabled. Miniboo taking a little wander this time, joined by Boo, who has been feeling some pressure, to be fair. We have been seeing that tested more often.
I think they're anticipating it now. The fact that there's Boo and Miniboo here.
Well,
almost playing into Sentinel's hand.
Got to stay patient on it, though. There's that re-smoke, and normally we see Dizzy. There it is. Dealt with. All eyes turned. This has been conditioned. Boo might be the sacrificial lamb, but it's Miniboo to fall. And now Boo's in a bit of a predicament here. He might be screwed. They're flying his way. That's 2 rifles. Panitek quickly makes it over towards sight, but he could get overwhelmed in this scenario.
Oh, just can't suppress in time. QT follows out, then Sentinels looking to force their way back through here. Benji Fishy and Rian's the last 2 standing. Not a concern in HP bars, but it will be a 2v4 nonetheless.
And if they get slowed down, halted, look who's lurking, look who's lingering. It's TenZ with the classic, but it's TenZ nonetheless. Oh no! It's fine. Barely did damage, but that did. John QT gonna take down Benji Fishy, and Rian's gonna live out the... Oh, can you do some of that beautiful aim before? Once more, not this time. Zekken there, okay. Sentinels, it's a thrifty. But it's got them another round. And at this point, they'll take them when they get them. But I like the idea from Heretics here, but it just failed on the landing, really.
Yeah, execution not quite there. Miniboo and Boo getting overwhelmed. See if Sentinels can springboard a little bit off that. Still 5-round deficit. Ultimate's here for Sentinels to play off. If Heretics are going to start switching things up now, and that's what we have had.
Oh, the flash and the push, though. The paranoia could have been good. It was just a bit too deep, and Boo's actually going to lose his life from it. I thought it might have been Mini Boo on the plate, but no. And Rienz catches Zekken, so a strike back, but do they re-go mid? Where the hell do Sentinels go now?
They're still locked out here, all the way towards bottom mid. Re-exploring as they go now, but Heretics defaulting back towards this approach, happy to concede the space.
Ooh.
And the concern being Heretics can remain so active with Benji being the committed anchor.
Mini Boo better time this right.
Looks like he's about to.
Oh, Sassy!
Sassy still holding on to it.
Benji Fishy is screwed here. He's got to find a single fight. And he's got a player to his right here.
Might get it on John QT.
Oh, God, this is so rough. He actually might. Yeah, he does. Can he escape in time? There's still so many more players. Sassy still trying to find some value, but it's down to a 2v2. Rienz and Benji Fishy here. You've got Zelsis towards CT. Tens now joins him, plants in. They're trying to time this around the world towards market. Plant for CT as well.
Oh, he's just about to trip it.
The timing of that. And Rienz now gets back, but you don't get to beat Tens like that. They found a window again, Mike. A small opportunity, and they've taken it.
Benji's just so slippery here. Able to do a ton of damage and keep Heretics in that round, to be honest with you. Just half a second, you can see the cogs turning. You got that trip down, maybe an opportunity to lock Zelsis out of that. Sentinels able to get another on the board, though. So they are able to springboard off that second. Zekken one away from a showstopper once again. Heretics now to get a little proactive once more. Some of these pistols doing a little bit of damage. Zekken tagged up.
Back into this, Benji Fish, he's sticking around. Now, they haven't been really leaving players in this position, so this could be very, very fruitful. He couldn't quite convert the second. Damage on Sassy, but Tens has his number, it feels like. Now, the other danger man is Mini Boo, but he was over towards A. Maybe going to catch something top mid, maybe not. Zels is trying to herd Rienz here, and there he is, spotted. Zels is going to try and keep him away, keep him back, but the spike's on the move.
Newbrick's popped the ult as well. It's looking to go hunting here, but nothing on the side of this now. 45 seconds left. Sentinels stacked up in towards B main. 55 HP for Zekken. He almost wanted to open up with the showstopper. What is this?
This is
30 seconds left.
This is going to be there you go, position done. Oh,
on the way in.
Not good. Oh, wait.
He killed Zelsis.
Oh, this is a fumble, and Panatek's got an underhand flash. Couldn't quite convert on it, so fortunately for them, they kind of weathered the storm. But there is still a Mini Boo, but a 1v3. Make it a 1v2, but the damage down to 32. Can he find a fair fight here? 10 still sitting pretty.
Zekken's holding this, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Nice.
Too sharp.
Very nice positioning. Sentinels.
A little clumsy on the way in there. Body blocked the satchels, and then Zelsis falling to the showstopper. We're seeing them stabilize once more. So you're able to recover to an 8-4.
Oh, Jordan, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Don't block.
No, you're not. That was the fakest smile I've ever seen.
Oh, this is good, though. This is, hey, that's almost 5 in a row. Almost. If they can keep this up. It was a weaker purchase for Heretics before, so maybe now, with a buy behind them, they can actually make something of this. Same 3-man pack going hunting over towards B main. But it's middle that Sentinels are eyeing up here. Taking over tiles.
Benji's on this deep position once more. For maybe an audio cue, or at the very least getting that information nice and early. Bodies on the other side of the smoke though for Heretics.
They got a flash. We got anything for this smoke? Well, maybe it's fine for Rienz. Just spams the corner of it. There's going to be Dizzy coming through, so that should be at least one player taken out of this. Rienz in a lot of danger, but his mini-boo to keep him safe. Top mid is a blender. Heretics finding that adjustment, but a quick pivot towards that B site. This now will play in Benji Fishy, whose position hasn't been uncovered. As long as mini-boo can keep their attention on site and make sure they can't filter CT. Can they get that crossfire? Is it Benji Fishy who actually goes for the first contact? Plant's going to come in. And yeah, he swings it. Oh, beautiful shot. Zelsis. There's mini-boo. That's the spacing you're dreaming of. John QT, a lot of work here. And position revealed. Heretics clawing it back.
Another 8-4 first half here. Heretics in the driving seat once more. Sentinel's going to have to rely on that recovery factor. 2 maps in a row. Beautiful clearance of the smoke here between Rienz and mini-boo, just ahead of that flash.
That's a much nicer half towards the end there. I like the fight back from Sentinels. I'm glad we got to see a little bit more, you know, pep in the step, right? The timeout worked. They found that adjustment because Heretics, I mean, they dominated that pace. They found so much value with that B main control. It allowed so much freedom on the rotations. That's way more confident. That's what we were waiting for from Heretics. Sentinels with a challenge, right? They've been pushed a little more there. This is exactly what we wanted. Little fight back from Sen, but Heretics in control.
It's another fantastic start for Team Heretics, but I'm joined by 2 very, very special guests. It is Benji Fishy's family, his mum Anne and brother Charles. Now, you guys have traveled all around the world to support Benji, but how special is it to be in Madrid among the Team Heretics fans, Alberto? I know they're very, very passionate.
Oh, the Heretics guys are unreal. These guys could be losing 10-0, and you can see them still cheering for their bucket. I can't swear. If I could swear, I would. They'll be cheering for their lives. It's incredible. I love it.
Oh yeah, the atmosphere is great in here. And also, Anne, you know, not a lot of people expected Heretics to make it here. So how proud are you to see that Benji and his teammates are thriving and defying expectations?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so proud of them. They're a new team formed, and they're proving everything against expectations. And hopefully we'll go on and win.
Oh, I think you will. If there's anything you could say to him right now, what would you say?
Just that I'm very proud, and let's go. I want your dream to come true and to lift that trophy on the stage.
I can't wait to see it. I think we might just see that, Anne. And lastly, can we get a let's go Benji, everyone, as well?
Yeah. Let's go Benji! Come on, boys!
Let's go Benji, let's go. Thank you so much, Anne, for joining me, and thank you, Charles, as well. I hope you have a great time here in Madrid, and let's see if Team Heretics, they can make their dream come true and force a map 3.
That was so adorable. That was really cute.
What a wholesome halftime.
Yeah, it must be nice. Support.
Went back to us.
Miserable. Oh, well, back to the game though.
But I was just saying, yeah, let's continue that tone. Surely not again.
Right?
You don't lose 8-4 twice.
No.
I mean, Niels is going to be livid that this is the scoreline coming out of the first. But, I mean, looking a lot more composed, at least this time around. There wasn't, I guess, in terms of rolling the dice and getting aggressive. I thought 10s get run down here.
It could be a bit of pace to this one. It was something that Heretics, you know, they kind of fell a little short. They lost a little bit of that wind in their sail. This time they're going to probably want to keep that up. High tempo, confident, plants in. So 5v5 post plant now. This is where it gets interesting. mini-boo sticking around. He's the only one on site and maybe looking to just be a nuisance, and he got real close to it then. Managing to avoid
a lot
this.
of time, yeah, but able to
lovely.
get out as well.
That's just a lot of players in one position. Well, they still got shock dart here. No one on it, that should be confirmed. Smoke goes back up, another tap. Someone's gonna have to start committing on these just in case, but they're willing to risk it. But now the defuse is gonna get started, and Heretics will be doing the damage, but the defuse is still going on. Made to halfway, spams there! 10s, you got a miracle for me now. Not this time, Palitek. Tipping it in their favor in the end, and a flawless start here in the second half.
Shots not landing initially, but finally able to close things out, and the pistol. It feels a little dicey here for Heretics.
I wouldn't be depending on
Spamming
that,
into
mate.
smokes like this with pistols, but
Bloody hell.
Able to get it across the line nonetheless, and that quells any early progress for Sentinels on a comeback.
I'm out of here.
Okay, what can they do with the classics? Double flash, make some space. I mean, it's going to kind of tell you where they are and where they are. That's a cheeky little camera. But again, even with the information, unless that hunting pack of players was actually able to find someone, that's going to be very tricky. Heretics still cautious, though.
Looking to show presence early towards A as well, something Sentinels didn't do for quite a while.
That's true.
Commented on it being very linear, very readable almost from the hand that Sentinels did show Heretics. So have to see a very different approach here to the defensive half. Come the buy rounds. So yeah, 3 players, Sentinels up towards mid, and it's only really a camera holding things down. We'll confirm the smoke being placed and the drone coming through. Yeah, fighting back in with just Sentinels.
30 seconds left.
Stacked
That's
up
a
here,
big
classics
paranoia.
in hand. Yeah, that is huge paranoia.
Miniboo eats one on the other side, so you can't quite make anything of it, but it does halt them for a second. But the
what?
Paratech would be pissed. But still, can they make something of this? Not really yet. They're being held at arm's length, which doesn't really allow those classics to get much done. Sussy,
Wow.
okay, fair enough. My bad. I won't. I'll keep my mouth shut.
3 HP left on him. Try and bait on the way forward, but the spacing a little off here. Smoke committed. Rien's going to find that one for free.
And Zelsis, anything for us? They can make it costly. I don't think they can really change the outcome of the round now. No, so that's
Very
a rifle.
costly, actually, yeah.
Yeah, they get out with one, I think. Yep, just Miniboo making away with his. So money, sure, going to keep that from swelling, but beyond that, that's about it.
It'll be pretty clean here from Sentinels in round 3. If you are expecting them to string anything together. Well, Heretics now have the benefit so they can explore the map a little bit. So the purchase sits just 2 sheriffs to round things out, so not looking awful.
No.
Rien's already with early progress towards the Hunter's Fury as well. Let's even Zelsis down on a Bulldog. On the other side.
Ooh, tens. Miniboo was jonesing for that. John QT gonna start feeling that pressure now. You can see Tens trying to bail him out a little bit, but they're ahead on pillar. So looking to try and get towards backside here. Need to control CT though, and that's Miniboo's job. Sprays in, shows presence, should allow for plant. Flash goes in, anyone to swing off it. Dizzy there too, and it's gonna be Paratech, sends John QT back. Rien's to follow up, and with a plant in, they're gonna be looking to try and fall back towards main. Paratech gets caught on the way, but still, can they unravel these 3 players here? Sent back on the site, going to start that defuse. Denied on the first attempt. Benji Fishy with a big shot coming through towards Tens. But look at Sussy, up close, personal, finds Benji Fishy, and it's on Rien's now. A 1v2, he's dodging the bullets barely. The spray's good from Sussy, catching him in the end. His ult comes online, and so does Sen in the second half.
Just consider it maybe Heretics slowing things down, exploring the map a little bit, but an explosive hit towards B's site here. Bloodied and battered Sentinels come out with a defuse. Again, Heretics really going to feel the heat too much in terms of the perch. I mean, a Guardian in the hands of Boo, but that Hunter's Fury online now. Paratech encroaching on the null command as well. See the pings here for Heretics. Now they're going to explore the map. A ton of pings over towards mid. An early smoke goes through as well. So they have got their sights set to try and take this. Spycam here, I was going to say, going to spot it out, but...
They've been really loud about this too.
They have, yeah. I mean, it's baiting out a lot of utility here.
It's done what you want almost. And a quick spring
wide open A site.
Couldn't ask for a better reaction. They probably won't believe how much luck they had when they watched this back, at least in the early part of the round. And backfilling the space would be Benji Fishy. looking to try and keep control of tiles. The plant is going to be in, but he's got a 3-man stack walking his way. Got to be very careful to play this right. His team are focused towards CT.
Hud's Fury preemptive here. Try and find a tag. Now, Benji did get ahead of the tripwire, but it is going to slow down this flank a little bit. And a tag comes through.
That's got to be ringing the alarm bells. Benji Fishy is screwed here. He needs to get some help. Boo's got to try and bail him out. Zekken closing the gap. He wants to punish on this. Dizzy going to be sent in as well. Pentatech going to find tens. But Zekken's here. Stunned up. Sent back. Boo holds the line. Sentinel side struggled to make it towards the site. Rienz is there too. And it's just Sussy this time. And they're bounding towards him. That's 5 standing. That's flawless. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Heretics looking to close out decisively here.
You can't let Sen in, Mike.
No.
You saw it on map 1. You can't let him in.
Looking so clean here. Everybody from Heretics stepping up, playing their part. Rien's now topping the charts.
He looked
They
sharp.
looked a little crispy in the first half, now following through. And even just that paranoia earlier on in the round, well, the pressure sent out, forced the rotation so quickly, giving Heretics a wide open sight. Sentinels just unable to find any sort of steady footing here.
Yeah.
This purchase packing a little bit of a punch. 2 rifles, a couple of sheriffs and a stinger here. This feels a little desperate for Sen to get back into this half.
A little bit of a pause now for Heretics. They've taken over A main. They don't really have much beyond that if you look across the rest of the map. No mid lurk, no late presence towards B. So quite a simplistic hit to an extent, depending a touch on the ults to ferry them forward. And Mini Boo now let off the leash. Oh, that's... Sussy, look at the assists on that.
Nothing to do
Oh, God, it is so crystal clear cut. That is gorgeous work from Heretics. I don't even blame Sentinels for not being able to hold that site here. That was too well made. And the retake is an uphill struggle here. Looking like a different team now, Heretics, after map 1, where Sentinels were large, in charge, in control that second half. Near on flawless. This time, starting to struggle a bit here. Boo with the early challenge, Zekken. Nice. Trade better. Trade back. No. John QT still going to be trying to fire on all cylinders, leaving it in the hands of tens. But finding these final 2.
It's not enough time.
Complementary positions as well. Tens knows he's not being given much play here. And you're right. The time has dwindled. And so have Sen's opportunities to try and get a 6th in this round. And it's there. That's Heretics on 12. Teeing us up for map 3 on the horizon. Bind looking like it's on the cards.
Almost a guarantee at this point. The investment coming through in the previous Sentinels purchase is not going to be pretty here. See Heretics ticking all boxes here.
Only thing he can do is save. Or dead. Nice.
Just called him James. That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild. Oh.
Caught
It's
in
only
4K.
it's only one map, boys. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I'd relax a little.
But a positive nonetheless. We
need
talked
it.
about the confidence coming into
Yes.
this.
You can't look at them like you're a Sentinels fan. They said it themselves in those early interviews. You know, they have looked up to these players, but in the server, you can't almost see that name. You got to ignore it. You got to treat them as equals, if not less than you. And right now, they're doing very well at that. But they still need to close out the series. Plenty of chances. And obviously that B main control, high priority here.
Elsus and John QT almost forced all the way out of this site. Zekken here, try and give some sort of support. Showstopper in the back pocket as well. Heretics another pump and fake here, to be honest. Draw the rotation now, even potentially looking to backstab it as well. They're going to get into market here.
First time they've really put presence towards market, especially with the spike. And kind of feigning towards top middle. Look at that with the owl drone as well, drawing eyes. Mini Boo's got a great deal of presence now. Boo trying to pressure towards it. Oh, with a turn from Boo. Get out of here. There's still bodies on the side. Zekken still has that ult. He needs to be able to use it and use it well. The plants come in and Rienz is taking down tens.
Nothing from the Showstopper as well.
No, this is looking clear cut.
Oh.
Another flash. It's just a bombardment of utility. Sarsi, yes, he's made it here. Zekken, yes, still around. Lovely pick up towards Miniboot, but needs a lot more. Tall task, and very few seconds to do it now. Starting to close in, Benji Fishy still standing. Wants this done, wants map 3, and they're gonna get it. Heretics taking us the distance, ravenous for the 3rd. We all wanted it, and we're gonna get it.
Could not ask for more. Like I said, in a matchup here between two of the teams that have looked the most explosive, we're going the distance, and a response in kind here from Heretics.
This is everything we wanted. Bind is coming up next.
The sun was beaming for Heretics there on Sunset. They were shining bright like a couple of stars, dominating the competition and forcing us into a map 3. Safe to say that Sentinels will just be licking their wounds after that one, because it wasn't just a strong performance, Kukuka. That was a flat-out shellacking. Like, they dominated Sentinels.
That was a masterclass on how to retake something that is being very controversial and complicated in today's meta, and definitely the playstyle that we see. But I'm so happy to finally see Heretics in the international stage and actually getting their first map win.
Yeah, I mean, all the questions basically answered in terms of how these rookie players might perform on a stage. Yeah. And really, the nerves weren't even there, man. I mean, you see the way that they played. They were dominating in every single aspect of the game. Yep. Double pistol rounds, the retakes are perfect. They were winning in first kills. Gun rounds are going their way. But really, I mean, the bread and butter of Heretics is their retakes. I mean, we saw numerous examples of this. Round 4, we saw a fantastic example as well of just them partitioning out the map, what they wanted to fight over. The market take was amazing. They wait. There's hesitancy there for just a moment. Backside control just being held by Rians. He just does his job and holds it down, while the rest of his team overwhelm them from the market side. But they have different takes into this. It's not just like this as well. I mean, the pistol round, which is round 13 on the other side of things, them playing the post plants, they have so many different looks that they throw into it.
Yeah, and I think that it has to do also with the beginning of how this half started and how Sentinels were attacking B constantly, and our Heretics made it seem so easy with those protocols. And this is this pistol round that you're mentioning. After getting the plant, they know exactly what they want to do and what kind of utility has to escalate on top of the other, on top also of that Omen smoke.
Dude, Boo's smokes are so damn good. I mean, he forces Sentinels to make a decision. Either you push past the smoke into main, or you try and take the spam battle against us.
And there's a trip.
You die, there's a trip. Absolutely, all those layers to it. Not just that, even earlier than that, Miniboo is playing back sight as the Neon, and he shows presence. He fires a shot. He doesn't give away his life. He runs back to the rest of his team and forces Sentinels to then use more util to clear him in the first place.
You know what's bonkers about this? Is like you look at Heretics play and you feel like it's a team that's been together forever. Honestly, they're so drilled, they're so coordinated, and that is horrifying.
And I think another thing that is crazy is with having so young players, it is crazy to see someone like Miniboo having the restraint to not send it, you know? You know that when players are very electric, they get heat up and they're like, oh my god, I'm getting the kills, I'm gonna keep going.
When he does
this is gonna be the play, let me get the highlight.
It's insane, man. Like, I'm telling you, these guys are, like, they're bonkers. And look, I mean, like I mentioned before, I mean, Benji played in one of the biggest tournaments of all time. I have no doubt in my mind that he was gonna walk on that stage ice cold. He's doing exactly that, Bren. It has been very impressive to watch his team put this together, but now they gotta close this out.
Yeah, they do. That's the question, right? And doing it on Bind, which is a map that Sentinels, listen, they're not too bad at. I believe they recently took a loss on this map itself, but they have a lot of different looks onto it. In particular, Tens on the Yoru. They do fantastic takes when they're trying to fight for that bathroom control. Tens is a one-man army. He's a wrecking ball. He runs through bathroom basically alone and just sets himself up for success. If they've got plans to deal with that, that could be a good way to win this one out. But Heretics winning it would be amazing for them, starting up 1-0. Obviously, we're in the early stages of the Swiss stage. challenge. It's not over for any team if they end up losing this here, but honestly, getting on the right foot like that would be absolutely immense.
Hear me out. Head-to-head, TenZ, Minibu on Euro on Bind. It could be a delicacy to watch. And we're probably going to get it. Of course, we might be expecting some changes. Maybe the teams have prepared something specifically from this tournament, knowing that, as we were saying, they haven't played it a lot. We're talking about Sentinels, a team that has played as a whole a lot, but Heretics is literally on the other side of the spectrum for it. So maybe they identified some of the pieces that were not merging well together on Bind, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see a little bit of an adaptation. But honestly, after the map that Rians just had on Sova, I wasn't sold, okay, with the utility that he was using, how he was moving, how those executes were so well oiled every single time. I think I might be, you know, might be
eat your words a little bit there. All right.
Twistology is transforming.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking so damn good on the stage. He really hasn't missed a beat, despite the fact that, you know, Heretics play basically all their matches online during the kickoff qualifier. Even though 4 of the players were on the stage, they were playing on online servers. Now they're sitting here at LAN, and they're doing it. I mean, they're taking it to a team like Sentinels. I don't know what we're going to be expecting from the agent select. We're going to see changes there. I'm just going to sit back and be a React Andy, to be honest, for this last map.
I honestly don't think we're going to see any. I think they're just gonna play their play your game. That's what they've been doing this whole time, and it's been fun.
It's been good. I mean, we've had a good quality Valorant for all these teams. I mean, this entire tournament just suits it. You're only seeing the best of the best compete, even though it's a number 2 seed versus a number 1 seed. It doesn't matter, man. Every single team deserves to be here, and it feels like every single team could make a run of things all the way to the finals.
It's a scary, scary thing. What a competition this has been, but here comes the agent select. We'll see what we get out of this one. Any changes coming through?
Ooh.
Oh, never mind. Okay, eat my words now.
Okay, damn, I was looking forward to that freaking head-to-head with Euro versus Euro, but no, TenZ is going to go for the Gecko. I didn't even, more layers of utility to this composition.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, it gives him more tools to potentially fight for that extremity control. Doing it alone as Gecko might be a little bit better than the Euro, to be honest.
Wait, are we in game already?
Changes probably needed to be made for Sentinels' Bind comp, and I wonder what has led them to this as well. I wonder if it is just them, you know, getting kind of boomed when we're trying to fight for that extremity control and Bind for like showers, B-long, whatever it might be. Because TenZ was getting diffed in that. Teams were counter-shredding the ever-loving sugar out of them. I'm not going to make the same mistakes earlier. And I wonder if that is a result of that.
It is not the first Bind in which we see the KO. We saw that the effect that they had. Patitech had an amazing second half. I expect him to keep it up, to be the Patitech that we learned to love in 2020, that we can still love in 2024.
Well, folks, both teams haven't had a win on the global stage in a long time. But the question now is who walks away on top? Who's going to end the drought? Let's send it back over to Pansy and Hypoc for the call.
This is what I wanted, Mike. This map 3, walking into somewhat the unknown, it feels like.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the map record coming out regionally, obviously it's a little more concerning for Sentinels, but I mean, a laboured victory for Heretics over Foot as well makes this a bit of a question mark. The composition change, sure, we'll have to see it in execution really to judge this, but it's definitely a curveball. Heretics are going to be well equipped for this.
I can't believe we're here.
I mean, I'm so glad we've got a third map from this.
Same, because Lotus didn't feel like the first half was not necessarily like a blowout, but you know, it was scrappy on that first half. So second half, Sen just full control. Map 2, honestly, Heretics, full control. It felt like.
I mean, yeah, but we come out at Sunset left wanting more, and we're gonna get it.
Oh, I'm so excited. I hope this is just a good game of Valorant, right? That's what we're all here for. Early presence towards B-long. See Zekken getting one check there by Patitech. Knife not going to connect. But it's certainly quite indicative. But do they pull any rotations? Not yet. They're still committing to the 3-on-8. Careful now.
Sassy and TenZ desperate to create a little further pressure up B-long here. But yeah, not cause too many problems, and look as if Sentinels might collapse towards B here. So we'll have the favourable numbers, obviously. 2 members of Heretics over here. See if Benji Fishy can do enough damage on the way in here.
Well,
wow, there you go.
That's a tick in the box, and Sassy's on the hunt. You can see him trying to chase him down, but he's got to be careful. He's backpedaled quite far here. Benji Fishy is really making him work for the space. Yes, they get the site, but look at the wrap. Look at the presence on the rest of the map here. Hookah is just flooded with Heretics bodies. The plant is not
planted.
safe. Yeah, they can't get it down yet. They are screwed here. Here comes the counterplay coming back in. Benji Fishy and Miniboo eviscerating Sen. Oh my god.
Caught completely off guard by the TP through. There's Miniboo to open things up, I believe, onto John QT. That flank paying off massively. Sorry, no, Patsik actually, yeah, got the kill first.
Yeah.
Here's the TP through. Rians and Miniboo. One on the board for Heretics to kick things off here. Struggling to get the plant down as well, whether or not that would have had any sort of difference on the outcome, but...
There's just so little safety there. There's so few places maybe they could have backpedaled to long or elbow. I mean...
Well, I mean, you lose Hookah there from the TP. You have to take something towards spawn or have some sort of comfort to really stop that rotation or the flank coming through. It just wasn't there.
Again, you can see Sen just trying to get those ults where available, gather a couple of orbs. Ten's building towards his first and foremost, looking like a test towards A, and you can really see Benji Fishy on the adjustment. And fortunately enough, none of that damage really connecting heavily towards Riens. He could have been in a spot of bother, but Sen actually going to get the sight on this one, so it should be the plant, but they haven't cleared out everything. Yeah, that was a little bit labored on that one. Plant now going to be coming down, but you can already see the counter pressure coming in. They're not going to sit back idly and let this happen. Riens is quite close, and that's going to be a perfect punish. This is huge work. Yeah, Heretics fully in control of that.
Going to retain all the weapons purchased as well. Riens, I believe, working... Oh, actually, sorry, Miniboo. Up towards his ultimate. Well, Sentinels have planned for the first buy round here. This old progress really building. 10's the one that we've got our eye on here. Confident start here from Heretics.
Speaking of confidence, Mike, I mean, sadly, Zelsis, John QT, and Sassy yet to really draw blood here, which makes you feel coming in cold. You just lost on Sunset. If you're talking about momentum, obviously, externally, 1-1 is 1-1.
I mean, yeah, you talk about the momentum of this series. You never want to be the ones, the team that gets slapped about on map 2.
Exactly.
I mean, here, you have to dig deep. A little bit of proactivity here, but Miniboo catching the flash here. Not able to push any further forwards. Sentinels anticipating that somebody's posted up a little deeper here. Miniboo gets the hell out of dodge, though.
How many of them did that catch? Just second, maybe? I'm not sure if that got some more. Kind of looks like it's just him. Burst going to come through, but no quick pressure towards Showers. So Heretics still have safety to fall back to. Got a corner of the site for themselves. John QT's presence could be massive. Zekin's actually caught Paditek there. I thought he'd stay a little safer. Boo now going to give away the game because John QT then uses that as his time to get into the fight. They've got full control here. The back of the site, yes, is Heretics, but still, they've got the time on their side. They've got Showers. They've got everything they need, apart from Zekin's just been cleared. John QT going to return the favor a little. Let's Sassy overrun. Tense, though, can't be the one to set up fully. It's now a 1v1. Rien still has util, but John QT with the reposition is just so heads up. Rien has no idea. John QT, masterful in his work there. Gets Sen on the board with the first round here for themselves.
Comes down to just one member, though. It'll be costly to get their first round victory on. Zekin and 10's now. Oh, Zekin 2 away, sorry, from the showstopper, but 10's ultimate available here. Perfectly timed the pinch here into Showers. A little bit chaotic here. 10's actually managed to pin down the second kill there. Very impressive.
Nice! Good job.
I'm actually feeling a little flat in terms of the vibes here on the stage.
Not the same energy
no,
from the first
definitely not.
You know, obviously for Heretics, yeah, I hate being the caster who harps on about the 6th man, but it's hard to feel down when that crowd is behind you anyway.
When they cheer for everything, yeah.
Literally, it does kind of keep that energy up a little bit. And again, for younger players who aren't as comfortable, who might start feeling a little, you know, heavy-hearted after a couple of
That's one of
rounds.
the biggest things to counterbalance that is to have the crowd cheering in your favor. And I mean, don't really need to say that for Miniboo. He's had a blinding series.
True. Ult's going to come in there. Clear path. Rinse and repeat somewhat, but look at the adjustment from Heretics down towards long. John QT again, worth his weight in gold in the last couple of rounds. He has been finding value. Plant is there. Not stopping. Now Heretics need to bring value to this very late wrap around the map. Yeah, mini Boo on the way. That's going to be checked on by Zekken potentially. Sassy as well going to keep Boo in check. Can they draw the attention elsewhere? Still buying time with the util. Ten's going to give away a little bit of the game here. Mini Boo trying to test him. And there's the late catch. Boo finally makes it around the corner. The defuse is going to be halfway through. That's not bad. Sen finally kicking. Oh, Panatek turns on a dime and takes down 2. But time is everything. He is running low on it. How do they get this across the line? That might be how. Just put your body on the line. Oh my God, they're out of time. Surely. No way, he's got the defuse. Boo is there. Fantastic work in the end. But Patitek, your highlight player there, Mike. How the hell did he get both of them?
A moment of magic for Patitek.
Run it back for me, please, because how?
And the first half defuse as well, coming through so early here. He'll be coming back here, Boo. 2 crucial kills to close out the 3K. Secure the 3rd as well.
So close on that.
Looking comfortable once again in the retakes here. Sentinels will throw a few stingers in the mix. Might get something going here in round 5.
Show me something here, Sen. Let's have a little look. Oh yeah, Zekken, okay, on the close down. Okay. Yeah, he got it, he got it. Doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get it done. Zekken gonna remove the presence from the site, should allow for a plant this time. Remember last time, there was very little safety. They were over towards Hookah. They had presence towards CT. This time, not the case. Oh, where's that come from? Where the hell did that just come from? Heretics sweeping the site at Celsius, trying to dig deep here. Show me some magic, Celsius. Make this count somehow. Molly goes in, but Patitek. Oh,
it doesn't land.
No!
Hand off the mouse.
He's already given it. Celsius, you gave it a go, but it wasn't going to be enough.
Show me that shock dart. You see, Boo's utility is so on point here. And it's Rians to find 2 with a shock dart.
Where'd he get it?
I mean, there's just so much util. Absolute blender from Heretics here. And this is something, you know, plays towards their strengths. We've seen already in this series. They have some of these geeky retakes. Sentinels, unfortunately, going to have to see a few of them before they can learn from them. And only a couple of stingers to come in here, so Sentinels not necessarily too upset about losing that one. Pit on short here. Patitek has taken a ton of damage.
Yeah, John QT's been a real threat in showers. He has been nasty with his work over there. But this is still, you know, trying to draw eyes towards A, but that spike is quite committed up here. Ten's got to be a little cautious. Trying to get that ult back, but Rien's fancying his odds. TP taken. They're looking towards A. Can they chase down Benji Fishy? No, they can't!
No command!
Oh, the timing on that was absolutely unreal. Benji Fishy played in off the back of it, and it's just stopped Sen in their tracks. What do they have outside of that? That was meant to be their goer.
Really takes the wind out of Sentinels here, left scrambling.
They left the shore.
30 seconds left now.
30 seconds left.
They got to run.
There'll be no secrets about this on the way in. You've got to question the utility as well here.
So the one bonus is Boo's only got a judge, but it is still Rien's here.
The TP's come through, yep.
Yeah, not alone anymore.
Oh, no!
Rien's blind, wall in place. It's a massacre. Sentinels left in pieces. Stopped at every entrance point. They need a timeout, and they need it now, Mike.
A beautifully constructed round, the no command, completely shutting down any sort of pressure towards this Viper's pit. And Rien's, man, we talked about him firing up in the previous map, but looking so pivotal to Heretics' success here. Once again, top of the leaderboard.
Oh, look at him. There we go. Weber and Neil starting to really feel it out too. Because you know the boys are going to get confident. You know they're going to start feeling themselves. As long as they don't make any silly choices, if they can keep this up. Sen not calling a timeout here as well, Mike. They feel as though they've still got the right idea, potentially.
I mean, they have ults coming online here. Maybe some of these initial plans will come to fruition. One off the pit, Sassy. I was going to say one off the Seekers, but Miniboo, he's thread the needle. He's found his way in the back lines.
And now the reclear is devastating because they're not close enough to see where he slipped back to, if he's still around there, and they're trying to come back this way. Benji Fishy gets that contact, knowing that's a whole new stack of players coming on down. Can he buy the time? Rotation's going to come in. That's going to be Patatek making it over. Smoke's going to be invested. So they follow up on this. Zelsis, yes, he absolutely does. Slicing through them. Trying to take towards the side, but the spike is left loose. There's Rienz again joining in. This is rough to watch. Zekken trying to claw this back, but still no plant and still no security.
Got a ton of time here for Miniboo as well. In the ultimate, he's trying to find the second member. Oh, it just comes out. Zekken can't pin him down though.
He might be dead here now. Yet there it is, pain shelling combination, leaving it in a fair 2v2. Ult back online, going to try and give him the information and maybe play in Zekken, who's following it, but look at Boo's position! Oh, Boo around the back! And now Zekken. Was he spotted by Rienz? I think he might have been. Maybe red, but now comes back through, notes Rienz, but he's in the wrong position now. Boo's got his number, surely. Going to try and take him off that defuse, but
can't
it's
get
not
him off.
stopping! Oh, God, not again! Boo and Rienz! Heretics are untouchable right now. They are on cloud 9. Sentinels without an answer, Mike. Where is this timeout? They need to pump the brakes.
I mean, Zekken and Tens make a scrambled call here to get aggressive on the back of the Thrash, but the flank from Boo completely unconsidered. Rienz again putting in support from the other side of the map. Oh my God, the satchel just out of range. You see the frustration starting to show on the faces of some of the Sentinels players.
He's loving it.
Yeah, loving life.
And this is going to be the test of the metal here for Sentinels, isn't it? You go through your region looking, you know, revitalized, renewed, some of the return of the old players. Tens coming back in, everyone's loving it. Welcome to the international stage again. It's a different beast out here. You could overlook Heretics. You could have looked at that roster and gone, you know, maybe a good run, maybe some decent results, but hey, they didn't even win their region. But you can't doubt this now. 6-1 has been a very good performance. Show me the depth, Sentinels. Show me what you've been working on. Show me what first place in Americas actually looks like here. This was their timeout. They've got ults. They've got the showstopper. They've got the pit. They've got Seekers. A little bit of a shoddy buy, but they've got something, Mike. And they need more than one round.
Have a little bit behind this, because only really Celsius. Then he saw the cash. Obviously, max loss bonus anyway, but Heretics looking so well drilled. Especially in some of these retakes, the coordination around ultimates, utility. We've seen it all so far. Now a totally different setup.
Okay.
Celsius will find the opener. Zekken to double down.
Love that. Love that. Punchy, aggressive. Now if they can at least get the plant, they get the time on their side. That's like a 6v3.
Boo actually will show his hand on the flank.
I mean, it's not the first time he's done it, but still I'm surprised that he was willing to give it away here, drawing 3 players this side. Can't handle him. Good work from Sentinels. They need a clean round as well. Be worth all those upgrades they could take on through. Rienz unable to connect. This is much better. There's Zekken again. This is punchy. This might be enough to at least open up a little bit of an opportunity, and it looks like a save from Miniboo. It's a second here for Sentinels. Mike, after a drought, this must feel, you know, like they found the oasis here, just getting that second round.
Definitely, yeah, and not relying on 2 of the key ultimates here that were available, the Orbital Strike and the Viper's Pit. Still got that to lean back on. Want to try and remove this operator from the hands of Miniboo. I believe he was noted throughout the round. Conscious, of course, of the save. Not going to find it. Sentinels able to break that streak now. And that's Celsius' opener.
Yeah.
Second great pathing here. Get over the top of the truck. Absolute clothesline on Patatek.
Any more where that came from, though? Miniboo still with that operator, this time on the A site, though. going to be checked on by the dog towards Showers, so it's going to be... he's forced to commit for at least now. Flash
He's
goes
ahead of the
behind,
flash.
but yeah, still good value. Zekken with an excellent trade, finding Benji Fishy, maybe making a little bit more space. You can still see the flash, so they know that Patitech's nearby. They saw him early, and now they're going to see him again. Zekken hunting him down, though.
One off the showstopper as well for Zekken. Could really turn things around. Pit will go down. Plant comes in from Tens.
Pop flash in the smoke, and Miniboo making no secrets of this one. Trying to clear towards Shower. They want some safety, and they ain't going to get it. Zekken holding on here. Starting to heat up a little bit.
Goes Nade and the showstopper now.
Oh, that's massive from Zelsis as well, cutting off the back lines. Tens holding the plant itself, leaving just Rienz in a 1v3 now. Oh my God, hold on. Surely not. The drop, he's gonna hear it. Oh my God, Rienz, relax. There's no way you do this, right? Oh, Zekken, keeping Sentinels safe.
But a bigger picture-wise, a big win to draw out the showstopper.
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
you're right.
situation, a pit down, Rienz comes through, finds what, 2 or 3? I can't even remember how many.
3.
So to draw out such a pivotal ultimate here, the best of a bad situation to concede Sentinel's third.
Barrel just showing there on John QT. Oh, he's really making a name for himself, even in the loss there. The brave Sentinels fan. But Heretics taking a timeout here. 2 consecutive rounds for Sentinels. Enough to bring a couple of questions and take away some of that money as well.
You still have the orbital strike for Sentinels. Whether or not Niels has spotted anything that needs reining in so far. It's obviously off to a flying start, but Sentinels seemingly getting a grip now. Able to squeeze 2 rounds out. 3 remaining here for the first half. Zekken, I mean, no surprises, the driving force here for Sentinels.
I've got to say, for me, though, Zelsis is right up there too. He's been playing some very, and it may even be just like a kill around he's been getting, but some of them have been so impactful.
I mean, he found the entry on a couple of these sites. Sorry, hits towards A site. Curious if we see much of a switch up here. And actually we do, yeah. Previously, Miniboo the solo anchor towards B now. Going to be one in towards Hookah. Obviously lesser purchase here. 2 Sheriffs and the Guardian to round this out. Yeah, conscious that Miniboo's going to be playing up close here on short. Forced out early, but Sentinels anticipating some aggression here.
I quite like them sending Zekken here. Test a little. Don't let them feel overly confident in this presence towards A, keeping in mind that the rifle on Benji Fishy and Rienz is both on the same site. Yeah, they've got the Guardian on Miniboo, but still. Trying to test their patience. You've now had contact on 2 sides, 2 entry points towards B, but you can see where Sen are coming back to. There's contact. They've got to be ready for this. Underhand flash doesn't really crest the corner. Now can they do the damage on the way in? They've stalled them out here, Mike.
Yeah, 45 seconds. Sentinels considering resetting. No, just going to wait out this poison orb.
Yeah, not that time.
Halted in his tracks, though.
Yeah. But can they get further ahead? Patitech good for 1, but not good for any more. Rienz needs to play his life and a dip away. Now keep your eyes towards the plant. Do they get it? Do they get it for free? A couple of shot dogs to be sent in, and careful, Tens is a bit lower here, and he's going to be caught on the way out. Rienz getting a whole lot of information too. John QT, though, catching Miniboo.
This could be huge.
That's massive. Boo! He's got the shot. Zelsis has to clutch up here. A 1v2, and he's noted. Boo knows it. He wants that fight. 2 bullets, and Zelsis holds on.
It gives Rienz space, though. He's got himself. He's got the half defuse already, Lauren.
He absolutely has, and Zelsis, he's got him dead! Keeping hope alive for Sentinels, that's what you want from Zelsis. That's the impact he can have with a clutch there. Sen make it to 3 in a row, 4 overall.
Touch and go for a moment. But a Red Bull clutch nonetheless. Rienz's Hunter's Fury opens things up here. And Boo, a huge kill on the flank. And like I said, draws Zelsis so far down short. Gives Rienz a ton of space to work with. Zelsis able to close things out.
Sentinels clawing this back. Not dead, not out of it. It looked dreary in those first couple of rounds for them, but they've got the resolve. But now do they have the sight hit they need here? Boo's going to make a quick dash for it. Fall back a little deeper. He's got to be careful, actually. That ult is coming, and so is Second. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Mini Boo's got to respect it as well. He took enough damage that he's been forced away here.
So let's get themselves onto site pretty comfortably. Obviously lacking Boo's utility here for the retake. Shop Dart won't land this time around.
Thrash isn't done with you.
Oh dear. Oh dear. And finding Benji Fishy wasn't the play you're expecting. Second just goes and eviscerates them, and TT flies in, trying to give it large. And Mini Boo is found. Sentinels right back in the matchup. 5 rounds now. It feels like a lifetime ago they were being pushed around this map.
The Perch is going to struggle here. The Heretics in the final, but we'll obviously see everything spent up, and nobody there to challenge the Thrash. Has total freedom to come through, clear all of this space. Again, the second use as well. Shut down Rians on the drone. Said lacking Boo's crucial utility has been the key to success for Heretics previously on B site. To the final round now. Ultimate's available. Boo, one off the divide, but
they're walking. Hello. And bye-bye. Zelsis teed up for 2.
Spike down A.
Not a problem for him. Heretics is still fighting back. Second sharp, though. Good spray. Trying to hope to connect. Probably enough towards Rian's. Yeah, lovely from Second. And now it's Boo a mile away, and Sentinels with what can only be said is a new lease of life. Whatever was said during that timeout is just incredible.
Hang on.
He's got 1 HP. Michael, he's got 1 HP. He's
Stop
got
the plant.
1 HP. It's fine, Tens is there. We're tied up. This is why we wanted a third mic, though. This is what we were after. A close affair between these two.
Sentinels clawing 5 rounds in a row to keep this level pegging coming into the second half. Having to dig so deep here. Second the headliner, but we'll see everybody firing on all cylinders for the next half.
Oh, doggy. This is what you like to see, people. This is what we like to call in the pro wrestling biz an instant classic. That's what's happening here. This matchup has been stupendous. And yes, I had to fit a wrestling reference in there some way, somehow. This match deserves it. Guys, what a game we are seeing here between two teams that want it so bad.
I think it's brilliant what we're seeing coming in from Heretics, what Boo is doing every single round, preventing the plan, everybody playing to the best of their ability. Rians, like the entirety of Heretics going crazy for it, and also the way that Sentinels has managed to turn this around. Also, I believe this is probably the first time or so for Tens on the get-go, and I think that he's doing amazing. Probably that last round and the way that they closed it, even round 11, it's a perfect showing of it.
His agent pool's always been impressive.
So far, I think what we're watching right now is the two teams that have shown the best Valorant. I think out of all the teams that kick off.
Yeah.
I think they're reacting so well to each other. They always have protocols, plans in mind for any play. You think back to that showstopper play that, you know, Zekken was throwing into the pit to clear it, and they had a null command ready and waiting instantly there. But it's the adaptations as well. Timeout was taken by Sen. Immediately, they're more aware of the Boo flanks. They're making the right calls and adjustments all throughout to bring it 6-2-6. You are seeing two teams at the top of their game right now clash between them. And just from the reactions, man, they want it, man. Both of these teams, they want to be going 1-0 up towards that in that Swiss stage.
My eyes are going to be turning, Kukuka, to the vibes merchant on that stage, Zelsis, because he's got to keep that team mentally in it. And on the other side, I'm looking at Benji to be that guy for this team because he's been quite vocal for them.
Yeah, exactly. I think that in every camera shot, we know how important it is for both of these teams to make it, for Team Heretics to achieve and get their first win at an international event, and for Sentinels to fulfill that promise of how they could be and they want to be in 2024.
I think it's safe to say that we've just been treated to some brilliant Valorant, and the fun don't stop here. Let's send it back over to your casters.
Oh man, 6-6 on the half. You could not ask for a better scoreline. Sentinels prying themselves out of the grave here in that last half, really, of that first half. It is just, wait, look at this brawl down long. Hold on, I'm just gonna have to pause this. Zelsis just taking a wonder what's going on.
It's actually Tens and Zekken to find these kills here. Rians will respond, but Sentinels coming out on top.
They're trying to send
now
a
finds a
message.
response. It's got another one!
10 HP in a dream. Oh, but it ain't coming true against Sassy, who finally gets on the board after what was a disastrous half for him. What can Boo do? Spike?
Ton of time to work with.
Yeah, because there was just a death match down long. Show me what you can do here, Boo. Not much with that timing. Oh, Sentinels, you're nasty with it, aren't you? Just go take a challenge down long and win it out.
It's almost what you want to see coming out the second half as well. The Death touching on, obviously, the vibes and the mental here really being tested. Sassy getting on the board. Got to see him activated here in the second half. Yeah, definitely Sentinels looking to send a message, set the precedent early here. Find themselves leading now, albeit one round.
Starting to liven up now. Oh, Zekken. Nice shot on the first, but Benji Fishy is there for at least a little bit of damage on the way back through. But Boo's in trouble. You can see Tens getting a little interested, but that corner's not bad. Nah, not going to work out. Pentatech still with a bit of chip damage too. Again, just a couple reminders of threat here. Now, do they go for the individual? Do they try and attempt towards Tens? They opt towards B now.
I mean, what weapon was dropped on short here? I just saw a ping on the minimap.
Not sure. God, but the timing's going to be interesting, isn't it? You look at where Sassy and John QT are.
I mean, this flank is slow.
I mean, but Mini Boo and Pentatech aren't moving. So, wait, I think...
No way they get behind this flank.
Oh, no. John QT turns around, hello. And now Boo.
CP'd ahead of it.
All right, Mini Boo, show me what you got here. You got at least one noted player behind you, and this is horrible. Oh, it's horrible to win this Mini Boo, just getting bullied from both sides. Sentinels gonna get that defuse. That's 8 carved on the board here. They might be going back to retrieve that weapon. What was dropped down there? Let's see what John QT comes back with. Yeah, okay, Guardian is what they're after. So defuse will now be there. And Sentinels starting off well in the second half.
What a responses here from Heretics. Obviously drawn blood in the previous, but Tens already. Ultimate online. Next closest being Patstick on the other side. See what the approach is here on the defense. Obviously Sentinels already showing they're happy to show their hand very early on. See, riding the wave, the confidence from those 5 rounds unanswered to close out the first half. Yeah, Heretics looking to into A side pretty quickly here. Zelsis tagged up, and Miniboo going to take the space immediately.
Yeah, there's a bit of trouble though. Zekken on the other side.
Zekken's got to be so careful, yeah.
Oh, that's an issue though. Zelsis crest the corner at the right time. And you can see Pattasek instantly on
the molly bounce back.
That's ridiculous. But they still don't have a plan here. They still don't have the time on their side, right?
And look at the flank coming through from John QT. Boo's holding it.
That could be huge. Pattasek gonna find Zelsis. Now John QT's flank might run out of steam if they don't have the presence on the other side. Sassy's been having a bit of a nightmare series, if I'm honest, at least in this map. Not what you're after. John QT down a little low, and he can't be subtle. Maybe trying to lock him in, make it costly. It might be the silver lining they're aiming for, because they're not going to get much else now.
Sassy bulldog in hand. Try and find something on the way back through, do some damage, but that's what all but wraps. On the first, the second, though, Rians stands his ground. The Heretics finding an early response here. Sentinels in check. All on the back of Miniboo once again. Beautiful response as well to the thrash coming through. So I believe Benji gets detained as well just behind that. Like I said, I'm not sure who the molly bounced off, but almost the saving grace here really for Heretics to slow things down. I don't even know if it bounced off anyone. I think it just bounced off the wall.
Pardon?
Saved him. Saved.
I was looking at my notes and I was like, did you say that? 7-8. First answer back, but that was the buy against the bonus, right? So now we got to see what the buy looks like with Sentinels now. And it looks a lot
Quickly
like the
down
pistol.
B long again.
Yeah, pop flash through. Miniboo's position's good though, and he's got Boo to back him up. Yeah, they've read that. They're very well prepared for it now. Fortunately, Sassy does at least take one with him, but you can see the damage is done. John QT was on the other side of the map. That's pretty reasonable, but this aggression was handled perfectly.
That swagger, that bravado of Sentinel starting to rear its head here on map 3. You get aggressive and punished for it. Great awareness from Heretics, yeah.
This isn't bad from Sen. I'd like the idea at least. They might...
They might catch Rians. Oh no, the drone's cancelled already.
Yep. Ah, that's rough. That's really rough. As Sassy's position get read, yet re-enters on the case. It doesn't win the fight, but they note both players. Safe plant.
Safe plant, yeah.
Good plan. Palisec's got to be careful. Very low on HP, could be spammed potentially.
Yeah, still be out of the box, yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately for him, Snakefly goes to the wrong direction, so he gets to live another day. I don't know if the dog actually crested the corner enough to be able to see his position. It's not going to be one of a surprise, but the pop flash to the swing. Yeah, Miniboo going to make that one his. And now it's down to Sassy with 11 HP. Not going to get it done. Heretics getting a grip on Sentinels now, reading that B-long aggression, predicting it well.
Is that enough to keep it in check now? Force Sentinels back under the safety of deeper positions here. I mean, say they're even ready for the third and fourth swings on this.
They know they commit to it. There's no,
Yeah, I mean, Sentinels have to. You can't go half in on a play like that.
Yes.
Well, Sentinels will continue to do so. Sassy now one away from the Seekers. Zekken 2 off the showstopper, and actually Heretics now looking to switch up the pace.
Zekken is so mechanically just filthy. Look at him go! Miniboo had no idea this guy is just giving him hell. It's a treat to watch him play. And Heretics, hello? Okay, they got back to kind of handling it in the end. Zekken with a third this round. And Heretics left down to 2. Patatek and Benji Fishy, especially with those Seekers coming through, nothing is left unchecked on here. Careful though, Zelsis.
Spammed out through the box.
Taking a lot of damage. Gonna know both. Actually could drawing out 2 ults in this round. Doubling down on this. And it goes right in between them. Benji Fishy's reposition is quite nice here. Yes, it leaves Patatek vulnerable, but it's an unexpected angle potentially.
To the flank.
This is looking rotten for Benji Fishy. Flank is on the way. You can see them receding towards Shower, knowing that's the case. Sentinels playing safe, playing smart. Benji Fishy's starting to feel that. It's like, okay, no one's challenging me. Why is that? What's going on here? How do you get a read on this? Could take TP, walk into the unknown. Could challenge what he knows, but that's Zelsis, who's had a hot hand in this game. Creeping closer, but 2 players. Not gonna happen. Zelsis there. Putting Sen back into the lead now. Just barely.
Maintain 3 rifles as well, so try and get something going in terms of the backup funds here, but Zekken,
man, what a superstar.
Yeah, I mean, the first Miniboo gives up the second for free. Not noting the reposition here, I guess, amid the chaos. Nice! Zelsis building towards the orbital strike. On the other side of things, Riens and Miniboo, both with their ultimates at play. Flash noting presence, but no follow-up behind this here for Sentinels this time around. Actually, the double stack in Hookah drifting deeper and deeper here. Might even get punished by Boo. No. Miniboo will sniff it out with his ultimate.
There we go. Should see this. Yeah. Both players. And a clear sight.
Yeah, they should know that they have a very open B site here on the back of that.
But the crunch. That's what I'm waiting on is the rest of Sentinels on the way, all around on the flank. But then keep in mind Benji Fishy, right? His position could still be so pivotal because they feel nothing CT, right? There is no presence in CT. They've not felt anything coming from that side. So do they start reading this? Benji Fishy already turning around and Senna here. They've made it here. This is going to be a 3-2 play back in as it stands. vcthighlights with a lot of weight on his shoulders, and he will be actually noted and outdone. TenZ cracks it open. Now the problems begin as the retake fully starts. Boo gonna try and slip back towards the corner of Elbow. You can see how much this is suffocating them, but the slow. They've tried to hold them back, buy some time. Underhand flash to the swing, but the pressure on the side is mounting. TenZ and Zellsis in unison, down to a 2v3. TenZ barely alive, but still standing, as is Zekken. Diffuse started and re-ends. How much can one man do? Not enough! TenZ are forced to be reckoned with on the play back in.
What a crazy retake that is from Sentinels. Mini Boot rolling the dice, trying to TP back in behind it. Zekken now starting to light up the server. It's unfortunate for vcthighlights, but Diligent on the approach here. Unfortunately, Heretics not able to slow this down at all. On double digits now, Sentinels leading by 2.
Things starting to look worrying for Heretics here when you see those double digits next to SEN's name. And for Sentinels, after what was a rotten start, they've clawed it back. They're looking good. And TenZ starting to warm up as well. Not just Zellsis, not just Zekken. He's finding his form. And he's got some targets. Sassy quick with it too, and he has not been having that fantastic map here, but still more than able to manhandle Heretics trying to play up towards long. And a quick escape for vcthighlights, and re-ends, excuse me, all the way back around.
JohnQT playing up towards heaven here, so happy to concede, allow Heretics to potentially find this plant on A. We also have the orbital strike from range, but Zellsis well out of distance right now. As the clock continues to tick, Sentinel's probably aware of what's going on here. Everybody coming back around. Plant comes through. Heretics need to find a couple of kills quick here. Ahead of Sentinels taking control of the site once again, but Thrash comes through. Gonna pave the way for this retake.
I don't see too many threats yet with re-ends falling. They are handling everything step by step. It's clinical. Sen, you can see Zekken. Hello? Oh, wait. Wow. Easy, Tiger. Easy. That's 11. Sentinels now looking so close. It's touching distance to that first win here.
Gotcha.
Heretics, I guess, just starting to lose control a little bit of some of these rounds. Able to find much success here in the second half. This timeout going to be crucial. A pivotal round.
Looks good.
He's looked very robust.
Yep, yeah, very solid. Can't doubt it. Not going to say a bad word about it. He is looking on the money here. And at 8-11, this timeout, this adjustment has to be a godsend if Heretics want a chance, because that momentum is firmly in the hands of Sentinels right now, Mike. This is their game now to lose, it feels like, with the 3 rounds consecutively that they've just managed to convert. They are on the verge of it, right? 12 is everything to them.
It will almost feel like you seal the deal. We'll deny info off the flash. Does Sassy come forward for the orb? Diligent here. Actually, the dog goes through the TP. So yeah, Sentinel's desperately trying to get a grip on where Heretics are positioned. I think Sassy now considering the possibility that information was denied.
Very close by, though. They've got to make a quick run for this. This will mean that they have to give up the site. They get a little bit of stall, so maybe they want to stick around? That's an option now. JohnQT, how does he decide to call it? Checking back towards, clearing backside. Making sure no one can slip through CT.
Oh, the spam!
Jesus, the damage. Should be able to get the plant here. Boo, gonna make a run for it. Gets out of danger for now. But you can see, vcthighlights is low, Patatek is low, and the rest of Sentinels are now on the site. They are here, they are close by. That spike peeled away far. Oh, the counter spam re-ends. Not letting Zekken get into this round. That could be a difference maker. He's been the headliner. Re-ends keep more players back. Can he hold back this Sentinel squad? 3 of them towards Elbow here. Boo by his side, potentially. This is tense now. Rien's waiting for that first player. The double flash going to come through. They look to try and pressure this now. Boo took safety, took Sanctuary in the smoke, and now it's on Zelsis. A 1v3 would be a miracle, and it ain't happening now. Panitek closing down the round, keeping Heretics in this series.
A must-win coming out of the timeout. That denial of information paying dividends. Rien's pretty swift with the counter spam there to find Zaka to slow things down for Sentinels on that retake. And a lifeline delivered here. Take another round or two to break the funds of Sentinels. This one will get them close, to be honest. So B might be the focal point here. Miniboo a chance to get his ultimate online here with his orb. With some crucial information once again. Careful, considerate here on the way in.
That's the third man they've seen now brought over, right? Noting that Zelsis is here. It's the additional body. Waiting to see Boo's eventual plan is as well.
I mean, there's no presence at all towards Ace. There's no reason for Sentinels to give up this three-man hold. Now the divide almost going to confirm that.
Very deep divide too. Sen going to decide to stick in front of the site, and that's a mistake because Miniboo is right here! And he makes him know it's a mistake. Can he find the third, or does he get to keep his life? Catching the cross would be Sassy, and he doesn't have much room to play with, but can he punish it? Miniboo still delivering value, still cutting them down to size. As Tens and Sassy, Sassy's fallen, it's on Tens now. A 1v5 even for this man is too much. He's backing away, and Miniboo absolutely eviscerated them.
And this is all set in motion. Surgical precision from Boo's divide to give Miniboo a little pocket to play out of on site here. There'll be Heretics finding double digits in response. They're hunting Tens now. Trying to squeeze every penny out of the bank.
Absolutely right. Tens trying to just hunker down, right? Like just wants to keep that rifle. Ew. He makes up for the first couple of shots going astray. Boo's gone down. How much more do they want to hunt on this? I think that calls it. That calls off the chase. But one execute. That was the kind of plays I was hoping to see.
I'd love to see. We did get a glimpse of it here. This pocket right here. And the dart is timed to perfection from Rien's.
God.
And then double dipped inside it.
It's spectacular. And we've seen other plays similar to it. It kind of reminded me of some of the split executes that they had.
Yeah, for sure.
There was a couple of others, and we hadn't seen them depending on that. We hadn't really seen it come out yet. We hadn't seen, obviously, maybe Boo didn't want to invest it just yet. Maybe he was waiting for, the key moment to call it out.
It's a pocket play, isn't it? It's something
you can't
you pull
run
out.
it again. You can't.
In the 11th hour, yeah. You get one of those every series.
You do. They've got themselves back. Okay, so there was a timeout in that 19th round. But after that 19th round, they pumped the brakes, didn't they? 2 rounds now in quick succession. A lovely pocket play. Miniboo teed up. But again, Sentinels realize that there's something changing. They don't want to let this slip. Pump the brakes for themselves. Tactical timeout called here in the 22nd or coming into. Can they reactivate some of these players? Zekken again, he's on 25 kills. He's having a huge series and one off the showstopper.
Don't ignore this, Sentinels on the brink of some huge ults. Problem being, Heretics have closed the gap with those 2 rounds. So not going to be able to, Sentinels aren't going to be able to sit back and wait for these to build up, for that snowball round to come around.
No, you're absolutely
right.
The
finances are concerning, the scoreline itself. The other side of things, Heretics getting closer and closer to the Hunter's Fury, maybe the null command in this round or the next.
It just seems like they just want to keep bullying Sassy and John QT. They found what they feel is the weak point, and they're just hitting it over and over again. This time, it looks far more defaulty. Again, not a bad plan considering there's just been a timeout. You want to temper if there was any aggression, any fact finders, anything untoward that Sen wanted to do. This is what you pause for. Also, they burn a little bit of utility. So again, you're not going to be unhappy with a slower start if you're Heretics. The Sentinels, you want to try and get a a little bit of a guess as to where they are, and it looks like an early rotation of 10s is the adjustment.
They're almost going to try and fake a little bit off the knife here. That wall up short, a little bit more utility invested towards lamps here. And it's drawing 10s. Who, for a moment there, considering. 10s does commit back towards B site, yeah.
Right place, 3 players. Double stack towards...
John QT and Sassy have to stand their ground here.
I mean, the attention's down long, right? So you'd say 10s is good for 1 here. Right? I feel like he is. Yeah, okay, contact. There it is. Should be ringing the alarm bells. They don't know the extent, but they know something's up. John QT. Feeling that. And they've noted 10s, so they know it's him on this site. They know the John QT is still here. Sassy will be noted too. Miniboo does find 10s, but it's John QT to hold them back. Not the easy site hit, but they've done well enough to secure a slice of safety for probably the plant here. Let's see if he gets it. Oh, the chip damage is good, but they had to get the plant down. There's only 12 seconds. Now we look at where Sentinels are. They have some
Boo spotted on the flank.
Oh my God.
The flash is perfect from Sassy. The awareness is there now. They have to dig their heels in.
But you can see the response over towards Elbow as well. They're looking for a little bit further of a fight down towards CT. They've got them pinned here. Oh, and the flash!
Oh my God!
Patitek! The timing of that, taking down the heavy hitters. Zelsis down, Second down, and now they know where the final 2 are. That was exceptional from Heretics there. Good read in the post plant, leaving these 2 just trying to play their life. Sassy gives them an exit. They've got to take it. They've got to make a run for this. Keep those weapons where they are, because we're going all even here.
So well constructed and so well read by Heretics. The flash comes through at the perfect timing. You can see immediately the coordination towards Elbow.
Yeah.
And a perfect flash.
You couldn't ask for a better flash there, could you? Bloody hell.
There's your G2 Patitek impact.
What a throwback. What a throwback. Oh man, this is the game we wanted. A lot of people saying, you know, Sen #1 seed potentially in this overall tip to win the whole thing. And a couple of believers putting Heretics up in that top 3 too. This is the level of matchup we were wanting. Both teams giving us a fantastic showing here. And it looks like a pacey hit, at least to start with. Yeah, absolutely. 3 players dedicated towards B early this time, 10s being one of them. Turning the flash, Patitek is in. Leading the way with the ult, but they don't check on 10s. They don't check on John QT. What do you think you're doing? You still got to respect Sentinels like this. Left in ruins on the site. There's still players to clear. Look at John QT's position. Boo is a centimeter away. Are you serious? He wants that res. He's not going to get it. John QT just living his life out in this smoke. Finally trying to get away to safety. They have no idea of this. Surely not. And Boo's left on his own on site. Spots the player on long. Now they know. You've heard the show start.
Wait!
No! Not like this! Not like this at all! It's on a 2v2 and you know you're shaking. Zelsis, can you make up for it? It's Boo on the other side now in a 1v2, 59 seconds. Can he play it out second?
Oh my God.
Makes up for almost misery and puts them to 12.
Nearly an absolute fumble here. But Sentinels get themselves to the finish line. Not across just yet. 10s. What an absolute hero. Look at his screen right now. There's so much posted his direction.
Oh, God.
Zelsis, a crucial kill onto Rians as well.
Oh.
Sentinels cling to life here. And they find map point first
My
again.
hands are shaking.
Hands up.
Oh, is it? Come on, give us OT. I want this to go the distance. Do you know what? If Sen close, fair play after that round. Oh man, this is wild. So many ults for Sentinels too. One away from Miniboo, but he can't really have much access to it here. They burnt so much. Down to a Bulldog for Boo, but it's pacey. It's gonna be 2, Zekken and Zelsis, the big hitters. And Zekken's always up for the fight, always up to the challenge. That's Miniboo down.
But detain as well. They're gonna fall off right here. Benji's gonna fall.
They're hungry for it, Zelsis. Oh, he's ripping them limb from limb. And now Rien's and Boo. So far back, the Seekers hunting them down. This might have just slipped through their fingertips. This might be it for them. How much could these 2 players achieve right now?
A 2v5 here to keep map 3 alive. Yeah, the crowd getting involved now.
I mean, Rien's exceptional mechanic capability Good performance here. But this is going to take... I mean, we've seen some strange things, Mike.
We have.
But this is a lot.
They've got a ton of space to work with here. John QT does have his pit available, but completely disconnected from B site here. Not going to get anything in terms of extra utility here off the plant. All 5 members now of Sentinels. The penny has dropped. A 2v5 post plant here.
They split up. One towards elbow and Boo towards hookah. Rienz is going to give away somewhat of his position here with that utility. He needs to be good for minimum 2. Spray, oh, the spray's not going to get it. Here it is, down to 1. What can Rienz do? They know the position. He's down at 31 HP. They've got 5 standing. Surely it's done. Sassy grabs the last one.
Today.
Oh, yeah.